Hello.
It's all right, Tez. Carry on. Carry on, Tez. I'm chilling tonight.
Hold on.
Look at him on holiday.
I have to start the ball rolling. I've just been saying to my wife, I'm a bit nervous.
Come on, Tez. Get on with the chat. Get on with the chat.
Come on, Tez. Get on with it. Don't fall back on the chat, Tez.
Can we just say first,
hello.
a big thank you for Matt's. You know, Matt's done like what 21 episodes.
Yes, all right. Thank you.
He's done a bloody good job.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
And Tez is regretting it now, saying, "I'll do it tonight."
It's hard.
I'm working it, Tez. Come on,
yeah.
Like all the chat already. Come on, yeah.
Yes. So
make me big, Tez. Make me big, Tez.
It's like
make me big.
Make me big, Tez. Oh God, yeah. How do you do that? I've forgotten.
Oh, brilliant.
But the
hi, Rollers.
Oh, hi. What a wally.
Hi, Tez. Hi.
Hi. If you want to pop in a bit later, we'll have a half an hour chit chat about whatever.
Yeah, about
there's
whatever.
The link. Yeah. There's the link. So we'll probably have Matt Collections coming on, won't we? He's here.
Matt's here. Yeah, Tim's here.
Good old Baz.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of my...
Scuba, greetings.
Des.
Yeah, Des, you're right.
Hi, Des.
What a good week, yeah.
We've already had him.
We've already had him. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
He's gone backwards already. He's gone. See? Yeah, it's going backwards.
Hoppy. Hello. Yeah. Sup? Connor's here. Yeah. Hold on a minute. I was kind of. Is Connor?
If you made him a mod, did you make me and me and Shabby mods as well?
I think you're mods anyway. I can't see the spanner.
No, you have to bring YouTube up, don't you? And go into YouTube.
I think Connor's a mod on my Spectrum streams. I'm sure.
Oh well, it'll be on this then.
That's all right.
Yeah. I'll double check. I'll take 5 minutes in a bit. Well,
he's not used to this. He's not used to this. It's a bit of work for him. It's a bit of work. So.
Hey, Milky Way.
Milky Way.
Look at that hat. That's ace.
Yeah. The nose.
No, Jonathan Redmond. Hello.
Hello, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was trying to work out when my last stream was like August,
last night, and I think the last one we had only one on, and we had Tim on, Boss Bounty on.
Was it?
That was the one we did on this channel.
Yeah.
Hi, Daniel.
Yeah, we need to get Tim on again. I mean, it's been a while since Tim's popped on, isn't it?
I'm not. I usually put the trailers on at the beginning, but I keep getting copyright claims. I've got more copyright claims.
Yeah, the last time we watched it was Cheers. You had that Spectrum Music Cheers on. That's what it was.
Cheers, and I got a copyright claim.
Right, Keith.
Hi, Keith. Hello, Jeff.
Jeff. There we go.
Oh, Jeff has just been celebrating his anniversary, so happy anniversary, young Jeff.
Yeah. Bullseye Womp Rat.
Bullseye the Womp Rat. That's a tongue twister, isn't it?
You've got T16. Jason ATs is here. Hello.
Hi, Chris. Nice to see you. Papa Gord. Told with Papa Gord a couple of nights ago, 12 o'clock at night. Settled in watching Papa.
Ooh. Yeah. I caught one a couple of weeks ago. I was like working. It was like 4 a.m. I was just like, Papa's on. Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
That's
it. Wrong position.
Wrong position. Yeah, you could do this.
Well, he's in charge. I mean,
we've got a new boss, man. We've got a new boss.
I'm not. Don't stick me there.
That's no. I could sit back and like. No.
Hey, I can't do it. Put me back. Put me back. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm here on my tea.
Hi, Tim. There he is.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, what excited about Meatloaf this morning?
Yeah, did you see Tim? He got a big box the other day. He got to bring out a big bounty box. You see it? Did you see Tim got the big bounty box?
Oh, I saw
the video today.
Yeah, big
bounty. On the bounty box. Yeah. Hi, Dave. Good old Barry.
It's a big box, that, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. Jonathan Redmond.
I'm already. Yeah, it's hard. Last time I did.
Come on, Tez, keep up. Keep up.
30 people.
Did you see who else died today? Do you remember the film Coming to America with Eddie Murphy? Do you remember the guy with the blonde hair that worked? He died as well. What was he called?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was sad. I've been listening to Bat Out of Hell this morning.
Oh,
They all-
not a fan of Meatloaf. Sorry.
How could you not be a fan of Meatloaf?
No.
Especially you. He's like all the fucking the rock
No.
stuff.
Operatic.
Nah, tried it. Didn't like it. Sorry.
But
No.
Baby, we can cry all night.
Oh, it's
No,
great.
no.
It's great.
No, not my cup. Not my cup of tea. No, sorry.
Oh.
Well, that shocks me, that Matthew.
Hold on,
That
I
shocks me.
apologise. I apologise.
Doesn't like Blues Brothers. Doesn't like Meatloaf.
No.
Let me
I don't
write
like
that down.
because I don't like what's the name as well. He was in what was that film he was
Rocky
in
Horror
with all,
Picture Show.
that's it. I've never seen that,
Yeah.
so I'm not.
Oh, that's
yeah,
amazing.
not,
I've seen that live.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I can see that, Tess. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Marco, hi Marco.
Oh,
Left
right,
for
there's
Dead.
Left
Left for Dead. Hiya, pal.
Left for Dead Fat.
You're right,
What a
mate.
name. That's a name.
Marco.
Hey, Marco.
Yeah. Marco.
Yeah. But you can still be sad that someone died, man, just because you didn't like the
Yeah,
music.
yeah. Well, yeah. I know that.
Yeah,
I know that. Yeah.
I am. That was pretty good, Tess. That was pretty funny.
I'm sad, Tez. Sad.
Have you got a
He's at a party, man. God, he
Yeah.
fella died. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, I'm
There's-
still drinking.
hold on,
My tears
there's
are
not-
dropping in.
there's-
The
no,
tears
there's-
are in my tea.
there's not a dry eye in the house apart from Matt. The song
Yeah.
is not a dry eye in the
Yeah.
house apart from Matt.
Yeah.
Hold on,
No, I'm not that heartless. Come on.
Yeah, but hang on, there's 3 of us, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No. Oh, another one.
Yeah,
Oh,
look
is
at
that
this.
another? Is that another
Oh,
one? Is it?
Yeah. I didn't.
Show
I'm
used to-
sorry.
no,
I
it's
can't-
very professional.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
At least he's got his glasses on. At least he's got his glasses on tonight. You can see. You can see
totally
everything.
need glasses. Oh, look, it's
Yeah.
Christian.
Hi, Christian.
Yeah.
I have to be quiet because that little lad goes to bed about 7:30, 8
Yeah.
o'clock. So you'll keep them.
Christian's
Isn't
Christian's on Twitter now, so if you know,
He
make sure
is.
you
Oh
find
yeah,
him.
we broke him.
yeah.
We broke him. He's having
You
a good
broke
time,
him in.
isn't he?
You broke
He's
him
having
in.
a good
Yeah,
time.
he's on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't want everyone knowing he's on Twitter, but he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is. You can find him at Smuggler's Canyon.
Smuggler's
Matt's
Canyon.
at work. Smuggler's Canyon. There you go. Or Seymour.
Yeah, I'm at work,
But
lads.
Matt's at work today.
Yeah,
So
we
what, you
forget.
go to work and you take a Star Wars poster and you just shove it behind you, and then there you go. Hey, Luke. Yeah.
Evening,
I'm
Luke.
back in the
Evening,
chair,
Luke.
Back in the chair.
G-Force.
Hey, G-Force.
There was a. I didn't
G-Force.
realise. Oh,
Can I
sorry,
just
sorry.
say something to G-Force? I apologise, Tez. You went to a Walgreens and in there was a DC Multiverse Deathstroke, which our Sai really wants. So if you can get in touch with our Sai and tell him where where it was, I can go to that Walgreens and get it for him. So
Look at that.
Hey,
Look,
Richard.
look at that. If you want to see Spanner
Yes,
find
if you
a
want.
mirror.
Wow.
charming, eh? Well,
Charming. Charming.
Ooh,
and then he's
Thomas,
sensible laughing, he then off.
put him in the sin bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the hot seat, Ed. Yeah.
In the Boss
Yeah.
Bounty scene. Remember, Tez? Sponsored by Boss
Yeah.
Bounty.
What's he? Collect vac metalized vest. Oh no, yeah, we go, yeah. Well, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to
That's
like,
probably a little.
for for the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I thought I need to
Yeah,
find
they're
shiny
fun.
Vespers, but you know.
Yeah, it's
Come
not
on,
easy,
man.
is it? Yeah.
But if they came out in Black Series, I bet they would look cool, and we would all
Yeah, of
buy
course they
one. We would all buy
yeah,
one.
Yeah, get one. Yeah.
Yeah, we would. Yeah. Yeah,
That's a
I
vehicle.
mind it.
Star Wars vehicle. Yeah. Bound
Yeah.
to get the. Yeah, they do that girl on the Drash on the bike. It should be well popular, I think. Yeah.
Hello, Salacious. That was a good
Yeah,
show
okay.
with Mike Case
Hello.
on, mate. That was funny.
Oh,
yeah,
I
very
saw some
funny.
of that.
He just went.
Yeah.
He went straight in. He didn't
Hello,
care.
hello.
Nothing phased him, did it? Nothing phased
Nah,
him. It was
Not
great.
Mike, no
Yeah.
chance.
Nah, he loved it. Yeah.
No, that was good.
How are you?
Hello, hello,
Oh, yeah.
hello.
That's like Tim.
Yeah. What chair?
He's
He's
still there. He's still there.
Trandoshan leather, that is.
Yeah, Trandoshan leather.
Don't you laugh?
Is it still got both arms, Tez? Still got both arms on it? Yeah.
No, they're regenerating. They're regenerating.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh, yeah, we can. It's been 2 weeks since Vespers.
Yeah. No,
I'm
but I'm talking about Transdosians having their arms ripped off. It was a
Oh,
in
yeah.
joke then.
Oh, there's an joke. Yeah. That was Ace.
Yeah.
Have we all, can we all pronounce his name though now? I've learnt it now.
What?
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum, yeah.
Chrysanthemum.
He's a great character, isn't he?
Yeah.
He works really well in it.
Yeah.
There's loads of memes saying how to pronounce it. Someone said, my wife calls him Goth Chewy.
Goth Chewy.
Goth
Chewy. Makes sense.
Yeah. It got a copyright claim. Oh.
Wow.
How's that?
How was that? Do you have Meatloaf playing in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obsessed with Meatloaf. Yeah.
We do.
Adam.
Hello, Adam.
Nice to see you, Adam.
Nice to see you here.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, going to message you in a bit. Ooh.
One of those messages.
Lovely.
There'll be mask. Something about mask, won't it?
It'll go, Luke. I love you. Oh, man.
Kev Cox. Is he related to Carl kicking off your effing socks?
Right, Kev.
Oh, Patrick.
Delvian.
Hi, Delvian.
Hello. There's again. Everybody say hello. Hello.
No, there's a good turnout for Tezzy's channel today.
Yeah.
Very good.
Including on Sunday with our John.
Is it Sunday? What time are you going out? Because I'm bloody working Sunday night. But I
think
might be
it's
able
12. Is he starting at 12 and going all the way from there?
12
11 or 12?
Around there, should
11, be. Isn't it? 11, so that's probably
11.
Just the afternoon for us. So
I'll be all right. I'll be able to jump on there. That'd be good.
Yeah.
We'll
see what we're doing.
Louis Anderson and Meatloaf. Yeah, that's Louis Anderson. That was the other guy.
Louis Anderson. Yeah.
So is it if someone dies on famous people die on the same day? The person who died first is like the other guy's like, you died before me. You're going to get all the limelight.
Yeah, well, so it is.
Weird way of thinking what's happening.
It is very weird, Tez. Very weird.
Wasn't it? I don't know what I grew up with. My sister was into a like status quo and all that early sort of and White Snake.
Down.
White Snake's okay. I'll give you that. White Snake's okay. Yeah. White Snake. Def Leppard's all right.
I've seen Def Leppard. They're great. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Def Leppard. That's what I grew up. That's what I started with.
That Battle of Hell album. It was always. My sister had a boyfriend who's now a husband, and he had a Ford Capri.
My dad had a Ford Capri, Tez.
This was red and black. It was, and it was
with a vinyl black roof. My dad had the same car.
Yeah, and then
the same car.
Put the slaps
on the Ford Orion,
like the Venetian blinds, and we played Meatloaf in the car like all summer. That's just a great summer.
That's my second car. That was a Ford Orion. I had a Ford Orion souped up. Yeah.
Oh,
twin wheel carburetor. Yeah.
John is at the bottom here. I've just noticed. Sorry, I don't know how long he's been down there. Let's get him on early. Let's see what's going on. Are we breaking
You're changing the protocol now.
Hold on.
Right, go for it.
Stay there a minute, John. Stay there.
Tez, have you said what episode? Welcome, what episode? Have you done all the proper banter? You haven't done the proper banter. Come on, Tez. You're saying welcome everyone to episode.
Come on, Matt. Let's get back on, Matt. Let's go.
10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago, you should have done that.
Welcome to episode 42. 42, the meaning of life and everything, the answer to everything.
There you go.
That was quick. There we go.
Well done, Tez. Well done.
Look, Matt's collections is totally right.
What's that?
Got Carrie Fisher in it.
Crazy.
Yeah, the Blue Boats, yeah.
For some reason, the screen today on mine's really small on your channel, Tez. Hi, Crazy. Small? Yeah, my eyes are.
Yeah, you're very clear tonight, Shabby. You're very clear.
Thank you.
Yeah. Christian.
Yeah. I'm a bit pasty. I don't know if it's just light.
I found out of hell and jukebox.
No way, Matt. You're very handsome.
Yeah.
I think I need to get like an orange glow on this thing. It's very stark.
I put a red one on mine.
I probably need some lights like Shabby's got. I need some lights in the background.
That's right. Christian says the Battle of Hell. It's like an 11-minute song.
It's a great. How can you not like Meatloaf?
I like Led Zeppelin, so it's weird. I love.
Awesome, Matt. Awesome.
The best 3 songs to put on in a pub for your money you put £1 in, you get 3 songs. You get Meatloaf, 11-minute song. This is the end. This is the end by the Doors, 12-minute song.
All right.
Yeah.
Or you could have.
And what was the other one I was going to say? Another one.
What, Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, Led Zeppelin.
You could have Guns N' Roses, November Rain. That's a very long
November
one.
Rain. That's a good one. November Rain.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Hey, chocolate chip Wookie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the joke. Hello. Nice. That's a very.
I put enough hot water in my teapot when you got 2 cups. Eh?
Oh yeah.
I want a second cup already. This is chilling. I'm chilling. So you want a second cup?
Game shop. Got the email. Oh.
Cheers.
Titan Boba Fett. What are those? What are those Titan Boba Fetts? What are those?
Typhon.
Yeah,
that's the one where he goes to put Baby Yoda on the rock, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, is it? No. Isn't it? Yeah, because the other one's...
Yeah.
I watched that episode last night. I've just been watching. I went back and just watched all the badass bits when Boba Fett kicks ass. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's my best. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, he just goes to.
Yeah, I think that I prefer that to the.
We've not seen that in this. Yeah. That's the thing when he punches on Stormtroopers. We've not seen it once in 4 episodes yet. You're like, come on, man.
Yeah, but then Stormtroopers are rubbish, aren't they? So he made them look like Stormtroopers, and I think that's the reason.
We're not going to let John on now. He's not a Meatloaf fan.
Oh, let's go have 2 people.
Hold on, what's going on?
Hey. Not a Meatloaf fan.
I said I'm a fan of the man himself.
Yeah,
but not the music.
No, I loved him in all the stuff I've seen him in, like acting and doing other things. And when he pairs up with other people, the songs are pretty good.
Yeah,
but the solo albums, they weren't that great.
Yep, you got Scuba Pete sang to his Castle Grayskull to Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just say as well, on behalf of us lot, one of our good pals in the community, John Maguire, he went through a bit of something last week, and something happened to him, which I won't say on it, but he's not feeling too good. But if you're watching, John, or if Debbie's watching, the lads at USR, the lads in the community, we are all thinking of you, my friend. You're one of the nicest fellas. We all love you. We want you to get better soon. If you ever want to reach out to any of us, you're more than welcome. But get well soon, John. We wish you all the best, pal. Yeah. Definitely.
John's always sending me funny pictures and things and stuff. So
always.
Yeah, he might not be, like I say, on the screen, but he's a big part of our community, is John Maguire. So we wish you all the best, John.
He's watching, mate. If you're watching,
speedy recovery, my friend.
I was going to say, if you want to. If you want to send me a video clip wishing John get better, Star Wars.
What sort of video clip? What sort of video clip do you want?
Just on your phone. Just do it on your phone.
What do you want? What do you want? A bum shot? What do you want?
A bum shot? No, he's not going to like that. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Brian.
You should send me a video. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, John.
Listen. No. Listen. Matt, if you want to send John a picture of your ass, you are more than welcome to do so.
Yeah. Can't make it better.
No.
There you go.
There you go.
But we wish you all the best, John. We really do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, take care, John.
Ooh, Deathstroke.
All right. You all right, Tez? There?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know.
He's well behind.
How are you, John? I'm a bit behind. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good.
Looking
Salacious George has finally found his seat in the living room.
Oh, you got a Salacious. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
He's Salacious George hanging out.
Salacious George.
Walko?
Yeah.
He's a right bugger, though. He's when I was up visiting my mother and my brother, I got messages from my dad that he was destroying the place, running around, throwing things everywhere.
Licking bananas and eating pizza.
You can't leave a Salacious by itself. You got to take it with you, I guess.
Yeah.
You're gonna Tez, if you don't mind, you're gonna have to read some of these comments, mate. I can't read them.
What
do you mean? They're big on the screen. How can you not?
My screen is so small.
He's on his phone. Don't forget, he's on his phone.
Yeah, but usually it's big, but my screen's only small.
Expand button.
Making big, Tez.
You ever expand? Just go like that.
Do you have an expand button? There's a button for me.
Oh, I've done it.
Just move your finger.
Oh, jeez.
See, and we want Shabby to host the show one time. You've got no chance.
Yeah.
How'd you make it? How'd you make it?
It works. I know.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can just do that, Shabby.
Yeah.
Just do that. Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Give a sub to Vintage Dave because he's 9 off 900.
900.
Oh, is he? Wow.
Is he? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a nice white one. That.
Yeah. I bet a sub to him. I've known him for 2 years.
What's his channel called again? Vintage what? Vintage Toy Rush.
Vintage Toy Rush. Vintage Toy Rush.
Vintage Dave. Yeah,
I've heard of Vintage Dave. He does a good job. He's all right. We'll sub to him.
I won't do that. Yeah.
At least for a week, and then we'll unsub.
Yeah. You see what Deathstroke? Rare of the unicorn. Whoa. Oh. I saw Size Batman.
I'm upset. Yeah. So I went hunting for skis for Snow Job, and I didn't realize there's 2 different skis. Do you see the difference?
Yeah,
so I don't know, like which one was the original, and then which is the other.
I've got a Snow Job in my cabinet.
Or are they from 2 different countries? Or
I've got a Snow Job in my cabinet.
They are.
Like, why are they different? And I bought them as a pair off someone. I didn't look at them until I got home, and I'm like, wait a minute, these are 2 totally different skis. So
that's a variant.
Now I got to research and find out if there was 2 different sets.
No.
Could you not heat the end of the other one and make it?
No. They're even different shapes. This one's pointy. This one's pointy, and that one's rounded. You see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the same shape at all.
Yeah, mine are
really far behind in the chat. Sorry. Oh, let's get your skis out.
Yeah, and his are the same shape. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the more.
They're more.
Mine are a bit yellow, though. Mine are a bit yellow.
Right.
Where'd his gun go? I had his gun here. Oh, here it is. I got his gun.
Check if,
yours is big, Matthew.
Yeah, mine are the same. Yeah, mine are exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Connor's got the same.
Oh, he's complete. I've got him with the ski poles.
Yeah, I need.
Yeah, but
poles.
he's you can't really tell it, but they're a bit yellow. But looks like he's been in yellow snow, so it doesn't really matter. So.
Yeah, mine's pretty white. I like. Yeah, he came out all right. So yeah, now I got to track down different skis and find out the history behind.
Yeah, that one of those skis might. I'm thinking one of those skis is probably an Action Force.
Well, has it been released in? I don't know anything about G.I. Joe. Has it been released in different waves where they could have changed it a bit in like wave 4?
Action Force had a.
It's another thing I'm wondering. Yeah.
Right, got you.
Yeah. You got the. I'm trying to think of the exact name now. But yeah.
Oh, he's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Of him. I just got 2 more of these recently.
Give Mermaid Love to Meatloaf song.
I think I could set that one off. Matt's more I could do.
No, I'm more shaggy. I'm more shaggy if I think Mr. Lover.
Brilliant. How can you not love USR, man? This is awesome. Fantastic.
Are we going to talk about toys tonight or Star Wars? What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe?
No. Is that what we do?
Apparently, we're going to discuss which songs we've made love to.
Well, where do you want me to
ready,
start?
John?
Yeah.
When you're ready, John. When you're ready.
Let me get rid of the songs first.
Hang on.
Oh, we're doing our stuff? All right, hold on.
It's a bit cold in here. Who's starting off?
Well, I haven't got anything, so whoever wants to go first, go first.
Well, I've got one thing. Good old Andrew found Shabby.
Web store.
Web store. Yeah, make me big, Tess. Make me big. Look at that.
Ooh, shiny.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
Web store.
I really want to open that figure, and I haven't done it yet. I want to find a second one to open.
Oh, I got the original.
And he sent us 5 of these, but I've never had DC Multiverse, so I might keep them for myself. So
the gold label
That's
ones.
a cool one.
Yeah, we got that. These are all for our site because our site said there's a couple in the States that aren't out in England yet. So there's that one.
Wow.
There's that. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that one. Oh,
let's see what else we can steal off site. Oh, there's that one.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Black Superman.
Animated.
Yeah. Oh, no. I think there's 1 or 2 more. But that's what I got this week. So thank you, Andrew, for the web store.
Thank you, Andrew. 20 minutes off. Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at that brilliant smile. He's always got a good smile.
I love it. You smile with you, lads. The 3 originals right there. My heart bleeds.
Right.
Wasn't it?
I'll go
Back
next.
go on then.
I've got one thing. It's not very exciting at all. So it's not Star Wars or anything really. So originally,
he just broke his fist.
So originally, I had this. I had this one. DTM Dave gave me this one at Echo. So I found the new version today. Well, the other day in Tesco's. So look at the difference. The new one is gloss. Yeah, look at the wheels. They're different paint on the wheels.
Oh yeah.
And there's like a little. It's hard to say, but it's glossy, but it's got like a weird sort of like a slight tinge of like red to it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they always paint them different when they.
Yeah, so this has got, and it's the bigger card as well. So it's the bigger.
Well, you know, over here the short cards are the ones everyone looks for.
I didn't know they did big cards.
The tall cards over here, you could get that for like $1.
Yeah.
But you try to get that Batmobile on a short card in the States, you'll pay like $20-$30 for it.
Yeah, because this is the first issue, so this one's going to be worth more, I guess, isn't it? So
we don't have short card versions in the States, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you do.
So they pay a premium, like any car.
All right.
You find the regular Corvette on the shelf or a Mustang, any car of a Hot Wheel, you'll spend a premium on that for the short card.
I've got it right here, and I never knew there was 2 different size cards. I mean, there's mine. Is that the same as what Matt's got then? What? Is that a big card?
That's the tall card. That's the big card.
Yeah, see, you got the grey. Is that grey wheels on that one?
Right.
Like,
because there's the other. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the first issue of the figure.
You got the first issue, but on
so that's my bad. So there's a shorter. What are you saying, Matt? Is there's a shorter card to that one?
Yeah, this is the UK version's short, so it's a lot shorter. Yeah.
Hold them up.
Well, you learn. The things you learn.
Yeah, and I see John. You were putting pictures up of the Batman new.
Oh yeah, the spin
master stuff's come out. Yeah.
You pick any of it up or not? You waiting? You're waiting.
He's dressed like
Paul. Yeah, he is. Back in a blur.
Shabby for what? What's that say? Again, my eyes.
Shabby for CTO.
CTO. What's CTO?
CTO.
What is it?
CO. Don't know.
CO,
the boss.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So those figures really cool, John. Did you pick any out? Or are you going to wait? Are you waiting?
No, I'm going to wait. There's a toy show I'm going to tomorrow, and then doing the auction Sunday. I just got a lot going on. I didn't want to spend a lot of money.
I watched your video. You've got some fantastic stuff, mate. You've got some fantastic stuff.
You probably got
I can't believe what else just came out. There's a carded Gamorrean Guard. We got the vintage collection Slave 1 from John Joker and.
Do you not mean the fire spray gunship? Do you not mean the fire spray gunship?
The fire spray gunship.
It's canon now.
He said it.
It's always been a fire spray gunship, though.
Yeah, it says it in the Django Fett game I've got.
Yeah.
That's like nearly yeah. So what have you got? Anything, John, to show? Anything
in addition to those, so I got all the parts that I needed for the snow job, except for the Well, I got his skis. I had snow job in the gun. I got the skis, but apparently they are mismatched. So I got to track down one or the other to make a match.
Yeah.
And then I picked up 2 more of these guys for troop building because I found them for cheap. And I got Spearhead and Max.
Nice.
His little Bobcat and Spearhead here.
See, I would have loved G.I. Joe as a kid. I think that would have been my favorite. I love the ones
with the little pets. I think the pets are cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we got a later version of the Baroness and Cobra Commander in the blue. These were in a 3-pack with Destro together.
Oh,
but
no,
I didn't.
Destro,
I don't think the Destro looks that cool, so I didn't care. I wanted these 2 because they look pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like the blue on the Baroness.
Hi. He's comrades.
You see that?
I got my hat for this version of Wild Bill.
Wild Bill, wow. Cool.
When I got him, he didn't have his hat, so I found the hat for him.
Yeah. And, did you see that, Shabby? CTO stands for Chief Technology Officer.
Oh, he's got it right then, hasn't he? Obviously, he knows me.
Yeah. You're the IT man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Working on G.I. Joe lately, filling in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And do you want to tell us about your auction on Sunday, John?
Yeah, just make sure you're there Sunday on my channel, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. And we're gonna go. It's gonna easily take 5 or 6 hours to get through all this stuff.
That's good. That's
I'm not even sure how I'm gonna do it because I can't physically fit it in the room with me.
It's you've got
all
so
at
much
once,
stuff.
so I might have to do it like bag by bag.
You have to get your gadget to keep passing it to you, John.
Yeah, something like that.
You need like a conveyor belt.
Yeah, we got to make some kind of system to get this to work, but. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Well, I tell you what, I think you're going to be overwhelmed by Sunday night, the amount of support you're going to get. It's going to be fantastic.
And anybody who's watching in Australia, I know that Michael Reed, both Mikes, Michael Reed, Usual Mike, they both said that it's 3 a.m., 11 a.m. for us is 3 a.m. for them.
Yeah.
And Usual Mike's going to try to get up at 5 or 6, but it's still going to be a couple hours late, you know? So... Like, there's something that Usual Mike wants, so I told him, tell me what it is, and I'll hold off and put that at the end. You know what I mean? So anybody in Australia, if there's something specific that you saw in the video that you want to bid on, we can wait and do that at the end so you guys can have time to wake up. Because it was a very difficult thing. We know it's going to go for 5 or 6 hours. So we didn't want to start later in the day, but we were aware of all the different time changes, so we were trying to balance it out. But apparently, it didn't balance out as well for Australia as we would hope.
Well, they're just going to have to get their asses out of bed. That's all they're going to have to do. It's only one night. Only one night, Aussies. Come on, get up.
It's not as if you've got work the same day. I mean, Monday for them. Yeah,
it's Monday for them.
I don't know, would it be Monday for them? Yeah, right.
It's Monday. So
I pulled collectibles. I watched Paul's show last night. Very interesting.
I was trying to stay up, but I fell asleep on the couch.
It's good. It's a good show.
I'd love to watch it, but it's too late for me.
And do you know Paul's Collectibles gone over 2,000 subs? Wow. I noticed that yesterday watching him. I was like, that's well done, Paul.
Well done. He's such a. You don't even mention it, does he? He's that.
You know, it's Mr. Caramel, isn't he? Smooth as caramel. So
he'll be at 3 or 4 in no time. Yeah.
That's what it stands for, Shabby.
Chief what? Oh, right. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I thought it was going to be TIT. I thought something for a minute. So
that's old English. That's old English. That is.
That's his middle name is IT.
We've got another guest down at the bottom.
Who's coming out?
Bring them on.
Bring them on.
There's loads of them at UFR.
Is it Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, yo, Adrian.
Oh, it's not. All right,
I'll give you.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he has facial hair.
Okay, facial hair. Then that could be the lead singer as ZZ Top.
Oh yeah, ZZ Top.
Now you like ZZ Top, Matt. You've got to like ZZ Top.
Yeah. There's no
way you're going to say you don't like them.
Yeah. Beards, guitars, hot rods. What else can you add? What else can you want?
He's not ready yet, but he's got. He's got very defined eyebrows, and he's a bit younger than us. And he wears
is it Billy Idol? Billy
Idol? He wears lots of hats.
Oh, right.
Very handsome. I know you mean.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp wears hats.
It's Johnny Depp. It's Johnny Depp.
Oh, it is
it's Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Billy Idol. They're close.
Yeah.
Because Tom Selleck.
Does this mean we have to be a bit more quieter now? Because little lad's in bed.
Yeah, he's just by the side of me here. He's not really. He's not really.
Oh no,
he's not. No.
You'd be just like rocking him or something. Just rocking him.
Yeah.
Just keep. Yeah.
So this fatherhood, are you a daban now? Oh, it comes naturally now, doesn't it? No messing.
Yeah, easy. Don't know why everyone complains about.
Yeah. Is he a good sleeper? Good sleeper?
No, he's not.
Oh.
I tell you what, though, he's a beautiful little boy you've got there. Beautiful. I'm a massive fan of baby. Oh, yeah, he's lovely.
Yeah, he's lovely.
Massive fan of making babies, did you say, Des?
What? Making babies?
Right, Connor. No, I was sat watching the start of the all right, Scuba. I was sat at the start of the stream watching it, and the missus said, "Why don't you go on there anymore?" And I said, "Well, because I tend to be looking after the little one in the evening." And she said, "Oh, I'll look after him this evening. You jump on."
Oh, you got to keep her there. You got to keep her there.
Very kind of you. Very kind. Yeah.
Would you mind if I send my 4 round next week then, so I can get it coming up?
Just send them over.
I'll ask.
Yeah.
You know, Shabby, you got to be careful saying stuff like that here in the States. You can't be a fan of babies.
Oh.
Can't be a fan of babies.
Not in the States. They'll put you on a list. You won't be able to go near an elementary school for the rest of your life.
Right, Luke.
Oh. We also have another guest.
Not already.
Just so popular. It's fine. We'll be full.
Yeah, just let Christian, let Christian be here for it. Let's just probe him for a minute.
Show us your stuff. Tez wants me off. I'll see
I
later, Tez. I don't want to crack your style.
I've got the bandwidth. I'm in Devon. We've just got the sun.
This is what you got to put up with,
my lover.
Whoa! All right, what do you got? Let's show us your stuff.
What have I got? Well, you've probably not seen these yet. Most of you got these last year?
We haven't got them yet.
I haven't picked a quill up yet. I haven't picked a quill up.
That's
one day I haven't picked up.
Well,
Florida's last in the world.
Right. Okay. I thought I was last, to be honest.
Ooh.
I've got these rocked up. These are the 3 that I went with. Ooh. Yeah. I see what everyone's saying about this one being shiny. Paul's Collectibles got a bit of a problem with it.
Metallic Chippo.
He's supposed to look moist, isn't he? He's supposed to look.
Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, sort of moist and fish-like, I guess.
Fish-like.
But everyone's been raving about this figure, and I tell you what, it is well warranted. It is unbelievable. It really is. Unbelievable. So I got those 3.
That one's 2 different heads, though, right? It's not a helmet that you can wear, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's a removable head as opposed to a removable helmet.
Everybody else, the helmet just goes on. Like, why?
Yeah. Jules is here.
Hi, Jules. Nice to see you, pal.
I think I might have shown some of you guys this, but for Christmas, for Christmas, my mate Derby Collector got me this Gentle Giant bust of a Scarif Trooper. Scarif Trooper, or what else they got? Shore Trooper. And it's absolutely stunning. It really is. And then most recently, which is quite topical, really, because I'm glad I got it when I did. This turned up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, a flute. That's for
Max Reba.
Super cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I need that flute.
And then
there we go.
Snoodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need the top bit for that. I want him snapped off.
Oh, nice. That's yeah.
And then the coolest thing is I've never seen one this blue.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's cold.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something else.
Blue.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's cold. Yeah. We said that earlier.
Yeah, because
Sorry. I didn't think it showed on camera. And next time I'll cover up.
Oh, we made Christian. There we go.
So what was quite?
I should get mine out, Christian. Where's my blue?
Yeah, Max is a lot bluer.
Maybe after we've gone off air, Max. Come on. But yeah, basically my mate Derby Collector, he has somebody over in America that was selling a few of these bits and pieces probably about a month and a half ago, and he asked me if I was interested, and I said absolutely I am, because my Max Rebo was anemic, so I did a swap. And I'm so glad I did, because I haven't checked, but I would imagine these are even more difficult to get since he's cropped up in Book of Boba Fett. Assuming it is the same character.
Yeah, it is.
But
it is. Yeah.
I'm over the moon.
In blue food dye. I've heard that.
She said his name in the last one.
Yeah, you can dye.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Hit it, Max. Hit it, Max. Yeah. So.
But yeah, I mean, he needs a little bit of a clean, but yeah, I can't get over how blue he is.
Yeah. They're usually pasty, aren't they?
We now know he hasn't got legs, has he? He hasn't got legs because.
Yes.
Well, he does, Tez.
Yeah.
Oh no, but the actual. In real life.
I know what you mean. In real life.
In real life, Ted. In real life.
In real life.
No, they don't. Yeah. No, they don't play any of the video games. He's got feet in all the games. I was just playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I ran across a cave full of those guys, and they all had legs and arms. So
the very famous in Florida. Caves full of them.
They looked just like that figure in the game, in the video game. So
right, okay, yeah.
There you go.
And
this is
they
Hong
were touting,
Kong, so.
and in the latest issue of Star Wars Insider, they were like exploring that game and had a whole article on it because it's the 10th anniversary. So if it was not Star Wars official, it wouldn't have been in the Star Wars Insider.
Kind of made it like that. So that's it, isn't it?
That's how he is. Yeah, I don't care about these people who say he doesn't have feet. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
So get lost, Tez.
I bought him sneakers for Christmas. What a waste of money.
I didn't know you could get because over here we usually get the silver microphones. Yeah, for Max.
On the black. And the black one.
I didn't know you didn't get black ones until recently.
They alternate, don't they? So if you've got
if you've got black microphones, you got a silver flute.
That's
you got
one.
silver microphones, you got a black flute. But I got to tell you,
well, let's have a look on the Red 5 Designs poster. Right there. So we've got black and silver and silver.
I haven't got. Oh, yeah.
It's educational, Shabby.
If I didn't recently see a boxed version on Joey's channel, Padawan Collector, he showed a boxed version that had black microphones with the silver flute. If I didn't see that boxed version, I never would have believed it. Because I tell you, in all the 45 years of collecting Star Wars, I have never heard of that until Joey Padawan Collector brought it up, saying that one of the websites that he goes to, which shows the weapons, was talking about the variation. And I was like, I have known hundreds and hundreds of collectors who have complete collections of Star Wars Kenner that have had it for 20 odd years, and none of them knew about this black microphone and silver flute thing. So I was like, it's not real. It can't be real. That website's wrong. But he showed a boxed version and it has it in there. So I was like,
Isn't it because they either came in the UK, they came in a box, and then later on they came in a bubble.
Yeah, it was in the bubble. You could see it in the bubble. It had the black microphones and silver flute, and I was like, wow, what did you get in the States? Did you get the box with no windows or bubble? I have no idea. I don't remember actually, but
yeah.
No, because we did get we got the Tri-Logo box over here, didn't we? We got the Tri-Logo box.
Yeah. Hasn't Tim Boss Bounty? He's got one, hasn't he?
Oh, with a clear window. With the window.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. And so does Andy, doesn't he? From Holo Chronicles, he's got one as well.
Yeah.
That's the ones. That's the ones that figure fades the quickest because it's out in the.
Can we just say thank you to all the new people? I keep seeing a lot of new names in this today. So thank you for coming. Welcome. Thank you.
And those Mucky Mate as well.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Mucky Mate.
Yeah.
It's right in.
Yeah.
Not that we're getting bored of the regulars.
No way.
No way, man. They're a
no way. Mr. Muzzer, there he is, my pal.
Darth Muzzer.
See now, John, if Darth Muzzer can get up now, then these Australians have no problem for Sunday, do they? Look at it that way. Darth Muzzer is proved that Australians can get up.
Did Left Coast just say that it's because the black mics were not in the United States? Is that what he just said? It was UK only.
Maybe
Rickle know.
Yeah, it was in the Tri-Logo box. I'm thinking
that could make sense if it was in it, and all my friends are in the States and collected what was in the States. They wouldn't have had the black mics.
Yeah, of course.
If it was not in the United States. Yeah,
I'm trying to think where. Hold on a minute.
That's the thing, because
that's the other thing too. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, just saying the Tri-Logo box. A lot of people would have kept them sealed, so they would have never.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look. What was in the?
Because I was going to say that's the other thing too. It wasn't until I joined you guys in this group.
What's in the?
That was more worldwide. I asked my friends in New York and I asked all my friends in Seattle. I mean, Seattle is one of the largest clubs for collecting Star Wars in the entire world.
Well, silver there, are they, John?
Silver.
Yeah, they're silver there.
Yeah.
And the guys in Seattle never paid attention to COO marks. They were no interest in it at all. I had never heard that term. I had never even heard of looking at the figures to find out the COO marks until meeting all you guys, meeting this group in the last 2 years.
I always pretended to know what it meant until I met you guys.
And then I don't care as long as it's Star Wars and it's a good figure. That's what bothers me.
And then because they were like, they were basically like, why would you bother? Why are you going to collect it? You got one of the figures. That's all you need. Like, why would you care where it came from or what's going on? But I'm like, well, there's all these variations that are out there. And they were like, they weren't variations in the States, so they don't count. You know what I mean? They're not real figures is basically how they were looking at it, you know? And I asked the guys in New York that I still am in touch with, and they were like, no, I've never bothered with COO. I didn't even know what COO was. Until you described it to me. And I'm like, so it's just, it's like, I'm learning all this stuff now is what I'm getting at, that there's so many variations that were from other countries that I'm now looking for because I want those variations, but people who are United States purists are like, no, those are not real figures. Those are not real variations because they were never released in the United States. You know,
foreign.
The only issue I have, I've got a Cloud City pilot, a vintage Cloud City one, and I think I'm not sure because I'm not an expert on weapons and so on, but he came with a little like phone thing and a gun. And mine are black. And every time I see somebody else's, they're grey. So I think is that Repo if they're black? Because they're usually grey, aren't they? They're usually grey ones.
Yeah.
We want Red Fire's book to come out and find out.
There are blue ones in that blue color.
Right.
And I thought those were reproduction, but I just recently found out it's a variant from another country. So
which figure are you talking about, Shabby?
The Cloud City pilot, my friend, came with those two little things, and mine have always been black. Now, I've had mine for years. I've not bought vintage Star Wars. The last time I bought vintage Star Wars was when the first year we were here, and I found all those last 17 ones. So I've had this before then. and it's always had these weapons.
Yeah,
but weapons online are black.
Neon Numb comes with the same blaster, but it's in black. And the pilot has grey.
Yeah, it is grey, but mine on it, like the little com chip thing he has, Christian, it's black on mine. So I was like, well, is it? I wonder if it's repro. I mean, I'm not bothered if it is. Who cares? It looks good.
But it could be a UK variant though, because I recently found out it was made in blue in other countries.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because also a lot of the accessories were reused for Action Force as well, weren't they?
That's a good point. That's a good point, Christian. Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure that I would think that black one's probably a repro, but I've not heard of a black one before. No.
See if it floats, Shabby.
I'll see. Yeah, you see, so I mean, to me personally, this is just my opinion. I couldn't care less if it's repro or not. I don't mind. You know, it looks cool, but it would be nice to know, because it's like I said, I've got practice. I think I'm only missing 4 out of the 96, and they all come with weapons. But it would be nice to see which weapons are real and which weapons aren't. And I don't know how to do that. The float test is one thing. I mean, Andy Holochronicles, he says a lot of stuff about, but it's going through it, I suppose, isn't it?
You can go on Imperial Gunnery as well and look at each figure, each picture.
That's a good point.
It takes a while though to look at each one and
I don't know about you guys as well, but sorry, Tez, go on.
That's all right. I was just saying, I've got a Bosk bounty, a Bosk blaster from when I was a kid.
Bosk bounty,
Bosk bounty, yeah.
Bosk bounty blaster,
and that fails the float test. I know for a fact. I got
the axe does. The axe does. There's a few weapons.
What do you say is the best way to do it then? The best way to find out if it's repro or not. What would your recommendation be? So the float test.
I wouldn't worry about it.
There's a drop test.
Drop test.
Drop it. But you have to have 2. That's the bad thing. You have to have 2 of the weapons. One that you know is real, and when you drop it, you'll hear like a tink, like a dull tink. And then if you drop the fake one, it'll make a tink, like a loud tink. So.
Oh, here we go. On tonight's episode, we are dropping things.
Yeah.
Do you know that, historically, I've done all of these different tests: float tests, sound tests. There's a light test, isn't there?
Yeah.
So when you drop it, put the light on it, and I have found sort of fakes when I've bought things. Yeah. When I've bought things, especially off eBay, I've been able to identify fakes, but sometimes I really worry because I sort of doubt myself. I compare it to the Imperial Gunnery, and I think, oh well, what if it is real? Because normally I throw them away. If they're fake, I throw them away, and I think to myself, Christ,
give it to me.
If that blaster is legit, and I've just thrown it away,
give them the Tez.
20 quid.
Send them all to Tez. Send all your fake weapons to Tez. There we go.
The funny thing is, though,
the
funny thing is that most of my
£5,000.
Most of my weapons in my collection, I've had them since I was a kid.
Yeah,
or I bought them in the early mid to late 80s when I found there was a couple times where I found lots of figures with a bunch of weapons in a bag or something, and I'd buy them all, So I've had these weapons since at least 89 or so. But I've recently gone through and checked a lot of the weapons to see, based on Imperial Gunnery and drop tests and float tests, and half of them pass the tests and half of them fail. But I'm I know the ones that are failing the tests I've had since the 80s. So there's no way they're reproductions. So,
but the thing is, I mean, for your own collection at home, I mean, all I'm going to do once we get the new toy room up and running is to come a vintage out. And to me, I'm never going to sell these, so it doesn't really. To me, it doesn't really matter for example, if I find out that I've got a weapon and it's fake, it doesn't faze me in the slightest. Does it faze you a lot?
No, it doesn't bother me either.
No,
what I'm saying is, all I'm trying to say is that I know that mine are real. And when somebody else comes in and takes a look, they're going to say half of them are reproduction.
Yeah,
they weren't there. They weren't there when I bought them. So
Yeah.
I mean, so long as you know, John.
You probably are throwing away real weapons, unfortunately.
I've stopped.
I've got one, Dino. I've got one, Dino. Salacious run figure.
Some of the weapons are that good now. They some of the tests they beat all the tests.
And the thing is, people have gone back and found a plastic that matches almost perfectly, especially the blue black. And
I've got that's a fake.
Because I don't think it was made in that color, was it?
Well, here's a question for you then. In the retro collection, are those guns classed as fake because they're made by Hasbro?
They're Hasbro, not Kenner. They're Hasbro.
So they're not reproduction. Are they reproduction?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because they're legitimately licensed. They're produced by the company that bought out Kenner. So
it's just Hasbro, mold, right?
Yeah,
just say Hasbro. They're Hasbro and not Kenner, don't you? Just say they're Hasbro weapons. So
I'm gonna get somebody else on because he's been waiting a while.
Is he?
What does G4 say there? What does it say? Shabby what?
Is it snowing there?
It's snowing.
It's looking dodgy. It's looking dodgy, G4.
Can we welcome Eb?
Hi, Eb.
Eb.
No way. Look at me.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah.
What's your take on this? Are they real weapons or fake?
Eb, what do you think about this whole reproduction issue?
I quite like the idea on Etsy of people that you can buy figures you would never get in a million years if you didn't win the lottery, you know?
Yeah.
So I quite like that, but I think there is, it's like when the retro figures came out, you're thinking about the, if you are investing, then you're thinking about the impact on the market, and that made a lot of collectors angry. And I think for me, it's, I've said on here, and I've always been haunted by it. When I was small, I passed the clear out bin in a Glasgow toy store of the Ghost Anakin, Yak Face, the lot, all sitting piled up, 30 pence each.
Yeah.
And I was into He-Man, so I passed them by, and I've regretted it ever since. That was like 1988, I think.
Yeah. I did exactly the opposite because I was like, Transformers is the way. I'm into Star Wars, but the 49p, I just bought like 10 of them. So
but it's like that lightsaber you just showed, Tez. When I went to that, you all know the story. Blah blah blah. Shabby found 11 of the last 17, and the pop-up R2 was there, but obviously the lightsaber wasn't. So I had a look online because I thought it would be nice to have the actual lightsaber in there, but I wasn't paying the prices for a real one. Not when it's actually in the R2, you see about that much on the top of it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, so you can get a nice stand solo saber for $5. So
there you go.
I can understand. If you're trying to collect variants and you're starting from the beginning, maybe, and you're a purist, but
you're a purist, and do it. It's up to you.
I can understand, but the argument gets a bit nasty when it's like, if you die, your children are going to sell your stuff, and they're not going to know what's what, and it's like,
oh well, luckily I'm going to live forever. That's fine.
And I'm going to get buried with mine. I'm building a giant underground tomb.
Yeah, that's what I've always said.
And all my stuff's going in there. So
John, can I be buried with you? Can we be buried together?
Wow, that's different.
There you go. Once again, baby, John. There you go.
Me and John never met in life, but we're resting in death.
Yes, you want to be intimate with me while
what a lovely Friday afternoon chat. When we die, can we get buried together? If that's all right.
Very strange episode. This has very strange. Yeah.
It's the old idea of the old idea of Chippendales chairs from not the ones that belong to the strippers, the ones that were made 200 years ago, and there were reproductions there because you couldn't afford the originals. So on things like Bargain Hunt and shows in the UK, you have these reproductions coming out. Now the margins in prices, if that's what you're worried about, is they're pretty strong. So even today, stuff going back 200, 300 years, the experts will be able to tell, you know. maybe that.
Well, we have to be careful with it ourselves then, because we're in the furniture business, and usually what we'll do is we'll paint it or do something with it. And if we get a chair that's really old, we have to have a look at it ourselves. Think, hang on a minute, is this worth painting over? Because it might be worth a bit, you know. I understand that.
Yeah. Well, you know what I was wondering lately is people are talking about the Return of the Jedi when it has its 40th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
And Hasbro does the retro figure line for Return of the Jedi. Which 6 or 7 figures are they going to choose?
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine what would happen if they chose one of the last 17? Like, what if they did Lando General? You know? And like that one really could affect the price of the original. Do you know what I mean?
Well, like, would you class, even though Lando General, would you class it as a Return of the Jedi figure? Because it was a Power of the Force figure, wasn't it? So,
but here's the thing: if you're gonna do Han, Leia, Luke, and Lando, there's a clear one for each of those. But if you do Lando's skiff guard, then you start questioning. Well, if you're the company, you got to go like, okay, well then does that mean we do Leia as Bausch? But then we've got like Han, and the only Han is the Endor Han. Well, if we do Leia Bausch, then should we do Han and Carbonite? Because that's Return of the Jedi clearly. So you start going like, because you want that, because in the past all the figures have matched, right? You had Leia Endor, you had Leia Hoth, Han Hoth, you know, like it's like, so you've got the figures kind of make sense. So you wouldn't have like Leia Endor and Han Endor, and then you want to do Luke Endor, right? Well, Luke's going to be the Jedi Knight one, hands down.
Fingers crossed.
So you're kind of like, but then Leia and Han and Endor wouldn't make sense because it doesn't match the Jedi Luke. So you start going, well, should Leia be in Bausch, and then Han would be Han Carbonite? Well, that's the last 17. So
Return of the Jedi was huge. The Return of the Jedi toy line was huge. Like it spans so much that it's quite difficult, I think, for them to be able to sort of pinpoint it on
down to 6,
half a dozen figures. I mean, I was devastated that they didn't release a snowtrooper on Empire Strikes Back.
But that's the thing. There's so many more. Yeah, you're right. We could have picked an attack driver. We could have done anything. Hoth Luke would have been awesome on a retro card. Do you know what I mean?
They shouldn't limit it to 6 or 7 figures, should they? They should.
No, you're right. It should just. And I think they should expand that line. Into figures we never got. Like we should get Garandan. We should get a few like the Duros guys in the cantina, the twin sisters. We should get Wooer, the barkeep. You know, like just expand it into other things.
There we go. Look,
there we go.
I mean, you could argue. There will be pro as well. You know,
I literally have these Mando ones on my desk in front of my computer. I absolutely love them. I mean, I've still got a bit of a thing for the basic movie line type figures anyway. You know, like I love TVC. Don't get me wrong. I think they're fantastic, and I collect them clearly. Yeah. But I still have a real love for the basic figures.
I loved how Grief Karga's weapon clipped right into his belt. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But on the retro collection. I haven't opened mine.
Grief Karga's holster. He's got a holster in the shape of the gun, and it fits right in there.
I don't want to. When I first started opening the figures, like people used to tell me off. Black Series.
Who did?
You like it? You don't open them.
That's why I got 2 sets. I got 2 sets of the retro, so I can open one and keep one carded.
Yeah, I've got two. I've got 2 Mandos. I've got 2 Mandos.
Yeah.
I don't open TVC because I love the card back so much. The card back's almost as important to me as the figure is.
Which is weird because I opened all mine. When I started to get the TV like that Ahsoka, I've still got the card back, but I opened it. Now it's worth how much? And I'm like, oh no,
$1,000. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I opened them all because at the time when they first came back out again, I remember getting the Saga trilogy and the trilogy ones. Remember they came in the clamshells.
Yeah,
and they came before the vintage collection. That's it, and then the vintage collection. So I just started opening them all up, just kept cards and opened them.
Yeah, me too.
Stupid.
Yeah, my original Ahsoka got opened. Yeah.
That's them.
I opened those.
Exactly right.
I have that Bosk in my bounty hunter set open.
Yeah.
I opened those.
That's the boss that Boss Bounty uses in all his videos, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expect time they re-released it. Hopefully,
definitely.
If he's in Boba Fett, maybe. So.
Yeah, this is it.
What do you think, Ed, about all the repro stuff, and does it bother you, or can you let it sort of slide a little bit?
I've bought some of them, and I'm okay with it. I think I've got the ones that are sentimental to me growing up. So as a collector, that's in my head. I've separated that from the ones that are precious to me, because I've got an Ugnaught that looks like it's been through so many back gardens.
A few bushes,
you wouldn't be able to give it away, but it's sentimental. It's the one. It's the original, So I think it's separating it in your head and making sure that you have a bit of a sobriety about it, and you're making sure that the things I don't know if this is showing off or sacrilege, but I'd love them to do repro Action Force and actually do the proper.
Look at that.
Stop showing off, man. Stop showing off.
That looks awesome.
I've got
that's weathered, isn't it?
It was so battered and done in that I gave it a wash.
Yeah, it looks great.
That looks fantastic.
Right.
So you gradually trying to find the bits for it, I guess. Yeah.
I'm going to have a quest to do that.
That is a quest. Yeah.
Is it though? Are they hard to find the bits?
There's an Etsy site.
They're really difficult.
You can find.
Because I thought it was mass produced that, so I don't understand. Especially in England, I thought they'd be easy to find, fellas.
There's a guy on eBay that makes a lot of 3D parts for that. He makes the feet, the red feet, and some of the guns.
Right.
Doesn't make the wings. That's the hard bit. That's the translucent. Yeah.
I almost won the wings, and it was one of those where someone swooped in and outbid me by a good few pounds.
If George is on here, usually George, he's got about 8 or 9 of them. So
I tell you where George lives. Just go and get one of his. You'll be fine. He won't, man.
I mean, I can understand people who, if you've spent even if it's loose, I don't know, like 200 quid on, an original Luke Skywalker, and do you want to spend that another 300 quid getting an original lightsaber? Or
but I think that's what it comes down to. It comes down to money, doesn't it? If we all have money to burn, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
No problem. Yeah.
But it's like, say, when you're a family man, or you're working and you have a collection that only you does, your wife don't do it, your kids, you don't really want to go out and spend $200 on a pop-up lightsaber. Do you know what I mean?
Look what I got, honey. Look what I got.
I know. I'm trying to rip my bits off. I won't last 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So
I spent the next 2 weeks grocery money on this.
Yeah.
So we can't
the lightsaber gone, Shabby. Who cares? Look what I've got. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you can suck on that for the next 2 weeks, then, can't you?
Well, I've said that many a time, but I don't want to talk about that on the USR channel, if that's all right. Do you know what I mean?
Look, you can forget SHABBYCon this year. I've just spent the holiday money on these.
There you go.
Exactly. My pop-up R2 I've had since I was a kid, and the sticker had rubbed off. We must have put it in a puddle outside or the bathtub or something, and the sticker wore off. So mine has a reproduction sticker because
my original does as well.
I still had the lightsaber and still have the R2 from when we were kids, but I didn't want to get a whole new one just for the sticker and spend $300 for a sticker.
No.
So I just bought a reproduction sticker.
Well, if it wasn't for Matt and Tess, I wouldn't even know the R2 did what it did, because when I got the actual lightsaber for it, stuck it in, I thought, he's had it. And then talking to Tez and Matt, they said, when you turn the head round, the lightsaber comes up. I only had that big in. I was like, I didn't know that. Do you know what I mean?
that would be a great topic. Finding out years later things toys did. They didn't know.
Yeah. Like the skiff. I watched Matt's video, and he went like that with a skiff at the bottom of the single skiff, and I went, hang on a minute, so I got mine out. And I didn't even know that.
There's evil ones going the
Don't lose it, Tez.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I think
No,
a lot
exactly right. Ed.
were lost because if you turn it halfway round, it pops up, and a lot of them. I remember my mate losing it. You just push it down and it springs up.
Springs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Hang on a minute. So if you what? If you press it, it comes up as well. Well, they are. What else
You
do?
spin it all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah, and it pops up, but I'm scared to going to lose it.
Yeah.
Totally scared.
I do think ultimately, I do think that it's just personal choice, isn't it? The only thing, like I'm personally all for like repro stuff and all the rest of it. The only thing that upsets me is when somebody's trying to intentionally do someone over. That's not good.
Yeah.
I think other than that, why not?
Well,
it's not hurting anyone, is it?
I agree.
I kind of think that like one of the most hoity-toity, like highest-end collecting world that I've come in contact with is the automobile clubs. Okay, and people who collect cars from 100 years ago and stuff, or even from like the 50s and 60s and things like that. But 90% of those cars that you see at car shows are not 100% original.
None of them.
They buy modern parts. They buy modern parts that are made to the specifications of what they were in the past.
Okay.
And there's entire industries around rebuilding and remanufacturing these parts for the cars. And they accept that there's reproduction parts in their cars. I mean, occasionally you run across someone who has one that's 100% original, and you're just like, holy crap, look at that guy. He's got it. It's 100% original. That's impressive. And the car's worth like $1 million.
Well, I mean, look at all the stuff. I mean, look, there's that.
Yeah.
That's vintage. That's reproduction. There's that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? There's the retro collection of souls, Transformers. They're all come. So how come we don't have a problem with that, but we do when it comes to a weapon? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess
that's kind of what I'm getting at. It's like I think we should take more from these other clubs and other collecting worlds and be like, we got to be okay with it, but just recognize, this is reproduction. It's not worth as much, but it still counts in your collection. Whereas something that's 100% original, then we can be impressed by it.
So do you think it all comes down to money, John? Is because Star Wars weapons are so expensive? Do you think that's what it is?
Oh, totally. It's a lucrative business,
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, having said that, I can't think of anybody in our community that's like this. Like, I can't think of anybody in the community that starts tearing off at somebody else. Like, I think everybody's pretty respectful, and if somebody has a different opinion, it might get discussed, but that's a good thing. Discussion can only be good.
Yeah, we don't end up because of our opinions,
But you're right, Christian. It's nice to see two sides. I also like the people that say, no, I'm not really a fan of repro, and give me a reason why. There's nothing wrong with that either. I don't think there's anyone too elitist to do that. I mean, you see some people like ours, and our collections is mixed match all over, but then you see chocolate chips and you think, wow, that's just unbelievable. You know what I mean? So I have a massive admiration for someone like Chocolate Chip's collection and what he does. And when you see that sort of collection, you can understand why there's no repro there, because this is what he does. Do you see what I mean? So I can't say, oh, well, repro don't really matter when it comes to a collection like that. Of course it matters. Do you see what I mean? But
of course.
To me,
when especially when the pop-up lightsaber. So the pop-up lightsaber now is getting extortionate price now. It's like nearly £500 for a bit of plastic, and
why would you pay that for that when you can get a carded one for roughly the same price?
Sorry, just to jump in, Lobot. That's very, very cool. My dad has a Willis Jeep. That's very cool. 1942 Willis Jeep.
That's like
Lobot.
Awesome.
Is that like the American Army one?
Yeah. I mean, my dad's is Canadian, I believe. But yeah. Very, very cool.
Gee, that is a repro woman if he's Canadian. Is that what it is?
Yeah. He's got reproduction gasoline, he said. The petrol was
repo gasoline.
This is it, yeah. Has to use lead replacement fuel.
Right.
Yeah, I bet the tyres are not vintage either, are they? So they
Definitely not. Definitely not.
No.
But I mean, even just in general, you know, not specific to Star Wars toys even, but isn't it good when you come across someone that has an opposing opinion? Like in general, don't you feel like I like to learn from someone that has a different opinion to me? I don't want to just shut them down. It's important to listen to each other.
Well, there's 6 of us on this panel right now, and there's how many people watching? We all collect differently, every one of us, but we all come together for the love of what we do. So I agree with you. It's lovely learning. Yeah, I agree.
Yak Face, Dino's got a point there. You know, Yak Face in the States is a nightmare to get cheaply.
Oh, it is. Yeah. That's the thing that I think I'm going to end up. That's the one figure that I think I'm going to buy as a Stan Solo, because he's reaching $600, $700, $800 with that staff, and I just can't do that. I'm like, there's no way. That's like a month and maybe even a month and a half pay for me. So it's like I can't spend that much money on one little figure. So. And like someone else was saying, when I do my cases, I'm building these cases that are similar to, like, you know, with the colored background and the racetrack around the outside, you know, the real nice ones. Yeah. And they're like, well, you could be like, my United States collection is complete with all these variants, but then the one figure is that Yak Face has to be a representative, you know.
That's right. I saw.
Yeah.
I saw Jules's stand sticker, and I mean it gets...
I might put like an R on the bottom of the foot or something, just so that
you
put a
well, I mean, it already has an SS on the leg,
you know. Is that what it is? Okay, they do. He has a mark on it. Yes. So there you go.
Just to mention, Jules Burt is here. We have Jules Burt as a guest next Friday. Everyone,
next week.
Nice.
Friday, Jules is on.
That's going to be awesome.
He's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy from Plymouth.
See, I bought this off Jules 20 years ago.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Don't ruin it. You're going to tell you ruin the surprise, don't we?
Imperial dignity.
And it came with a weapon. It came with this card. We know this story.
Yeah.
But
you could try and get a refund, Taz. Try and get a refund.
Get a refund.
I tell you what, if you're not subscribed to Jules Burt, you've got it. He's got a great. I love Jules Burt.
He's got a lovely. He's a bit like he's a. We could say he's a UK version of Pork. He's got a very chilled voice.
Hello there. Hello, Jules Burt. I love Jules Burt. Hello.
Very calm. Very calm.
Matt's got a voice like Silk, but Jules has got a voice like Caramel.
Caramel.
Matt's right.
He's got
British version of Pork.
Yeah.
This is why all Scottish YouTubers should be tutored by All Things 80s, because he's the one that he doesn't sound like Russ Abbott. He doesn't sound like C.U. Jimmy. Everyone else does. So I think I've been speaking English to you, but I know that you've been hearing a lot of...
You're fine. I understand you perfectly.
We understand you, Eb. Of course we do.
We understand you perfectly, mate.
Yeah. It was I can't put a subtitle.
What? I could do with that. I need some rebuild hair. Yeah.
You know what weirded me out? The other day is I found out that there's a new product on the market, and I was seriously considering, like, is this for real? Like, is this really how it was? And I asked my doctor. I happened to go to the doctor Thursday, and I asked her. I was like, "Is this true about your head?" Most male pattern baldness is actually caused because the pores are clogged and the hair can no longer get through.
Yeah, it gets shorter and shorter. The car,
No, it's actually because there's a new product out there that actually has some kind of, I forget, she even named the acid. There's a certain acid that will go into your pores and eat and clear out the stuff. It actually is clogged. No, they're actually clogged with stuff like dirt and grime and grease and our skin filth and all this through the years that plugged them up.
So John, I feel a little bit like you're gonna bring the product on and
you're gonna bring it out.
I don't know.
Is he sponsored? There's no product placement in this.
No. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, look at Shabby's hair. Look at it.
I don't remember the name of it, but she said it's absolutely. She goes, in some cases, it's absolutely true. Some people go bald because it's hereditary. It's a real thing.
Some people just got a dirty head.
It's really clogged. And I was like, it made me feel gross. It made it feel gross because I was like, wait a minute.
Definitely got a dirty head.
We all have dirt and grime stuck in our head, and that's why our hair doesn't grow.
You put on your nose and pull the blackheads out.
There's only one live stream that can do this. 2 minutes ago,
cover everything. Cover everything.
I was like, "What the hell have I joined? What the hell is this?"
I'm kind of expecting next week
acid for Boba's eyebrows.
Daniel.
Next week we're going to see John just with a bandage around his head. It's going to go, lads, it didn't work.
It didn't work. It burned my skin off.
Daniel Chart, that's funny. Yeah.
That's
funny.
Yeah.
Well, we all agree
going back to our favorite Kenner toys. So like Shabby was saying, with some of the packaged ones cost just as much as a loose figure. I've been looking at the Droids and Ewoks because I'm down to where I only need a Man and Yak Face for my Kenner run, and then I want to find a brown Snake Yoda, and I want to have the brown-haired Luke Skywalker and Holotubes Tusken Raider. But otherwise, I've got all the variants I want. I've got all the figures I want, So I'm looking at the Droids and Ewoks line to fill out the cabinet. And those are the same thing. You can buy a packaged Ewok figure, one of the Dulocs, like the Duloc Shaman. You can get the Duloc Shaman for $125 in the package. Try to find a loose one. Sometimes if it's loose with the weapon, it can cost you $200 or $300. And I'm going, why is it more expensive to buy one loose than it is to buy it in the package?
Well, I've got to admit, I can't work that out because I just watched BOE's video at Sandown. He went to Sandown in November. You can hear Boss Bounty in the background. It's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? But he was showing carded figures there. And some of the prices, I was like, that's not that bad, like $185 and $150. They weren't, for me, who doesn't buy vintage carded Star Wars figures, I'm always under the assumption it's like 300 quid up. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the hardest one for me, is when you hear about loose weapons being $200-$300, or you can get a carded one for roughly the same price. I'm like, well, why would you buy that then?
Because here's what's going on. Like I was looking at Uncle Gundy for the Star Wars Droids line, and I found an Uncle Gundy on one of the things for like $150 in the packaging, But all the Uncle Gundys I've been finding loose because the weapon is the same weapon as Ree's, but I think it's gray instead of gold.
Yeah.
And the weapon is going for $200 or $300. So a loose Uncle Gundy complete is like $300 or $400, but you can buy a carded one for $150. So I'm going, some of these figures, I'm like going, wait a minute. So should I buy 2 carded versions and then open one for my loose collection? Because it's cheaper than buying a loose one. Do you know what I mean? And it's blowing my mind because I do not want to open a packaged figure. There's no way I'll ever do that. But I'm like, it's actually cheaper to do that, to buy 2 carded ones and have one on card and one loose than it is to buy one loose because of the weapons.
But then people will get cross because you've opened a vintage a card.
Yeah, but it's cheaper to do that than to buy a loose one.
No one would get cross. What are you talking about? No one's bothered if you open.
You do really like with it. You spend your money. It's your money. You do really like it.
Exactly right, young Matthew. You do what you like.
It's just the subject. I think we'll always.
That's why. It's like I've got say the vintage loose and the vintage carded. So if I know I've got a carded one with the weapon, and I've got a loose one without a weapon, and I'm not going to pay stupid money for it, I'm just going to get a repo weapon. So you're not, because you've got original carded. I've got it carded. So I know those carded ones are always original. So that's the only way you're really going to know if you've got a decent weapon is if it's carded.
Do they?
Oh, Matthew, you having all those carded figures? Yeah, you're never going to sell them. You're going to keep them forever. So, is there a limit you would pay for then? Because sometimes I'm unsure about that. Are people spending money on these carded figures to resell them later on, or are you paying them to keep them?
Yeah, I think most of
my collection. Mine are keepers.
Yeah, mine
are keepers. It's enjoyment and nostalgia and
yeah.
I was buying them a while ago like crazy, but now I've just thinned them out and I've kept the ones I like. So yeah,
I mean, there's a good chance I could start selling my collection when I'm like 85 or 90 years old. Because I'm probably going to die in 10 years. I might as well cash in. But it's like,
Dino.
But it wouldn't be till then, you know.
Yeah. You have creature collectors or army builder, stormtrooper collectors, and they're all branching off, aren't they?
Yeah,
that's true. That is true. Yeah, that's a good point. But people are doing that with the Black Series now as well because it's so limited to find them that they're saying, "Oh, I'm only going to collect like Return of the Jedi line, or I'm only going to collect the clones." Or something. So yeah, you're right there, mate. Yeah, you are.
Here we go. Jules he's got to pop off, but he's going to show some specials next week.
Oh, I can't wait.
Nice stuff. Yeah, Jules has got some nice stuff. Yeah,
he's got some lovely stuff.
I'll have to go too, gentlemen. Okay, it's been great. Thank you for being.
Oh no, Eb.
Great to
see you, Eb.
Very nice to meet you. Nice to chat
to you again, folks.
Cool. Come on again.
Take care.
Oh, how nice was that? Good old Eb.
Yeah, good guy. I like that guy.
Good guy.
First time seeing him.
I know. I've chatting to him about.
Yeah. It's interesting to know where people are and where they come from. So another Scottish guy. Yeah.
He sent me a couple of Stranger Things 3.75 some time ago. Yeah.
He sent me this.
Yeah. I've got. It's
an absolute hero.
Oh, I forgot. Eb,
get your Eb toys out.
You forgot to say. I did say thank you.
No, he's awesome. That was awesome to finally say hello. That's brilliant. That's why I love it. You know what I mean? We've always had this open invitation, haven't we, to anyone who can come on and talk to us. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Because finding 2 guests a week's a pain in the arse.
Well, since we've stopped like trying to find guests, we get more guests on than we usually do, isn't it? And so it works.
No,
They saying it. They come to us. We don't go to them.
Yeah.
Matthew, it's like we've always said, we are all USR. All of us.
Yeah,
all watching on the replays and watches our individual channels.
All part of the same family.
I've got Mark Hamill down at the bottom. I've got to let him on.
Oh, all right. Yep, let him
on. We don't want him on.
We don't want Mark Hamill on. Where's Dave?
Right, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Dave's on.
Hi, Dave.
Well, tell that Mark Hamill he'll have to wait. We've got Smuggler's Canyon on, so he'll have to wait. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get to the Toshi station.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, what did you think about
I enjoyed
Boba?
Sorry.
Boba. What do we think of Mandalorian
this week? Yeah. It was my weakest one, to be honest. I mean, I usually give it about 8.5, 9 each. And this one, I've enjoyed it, but something's got to happen. Something, I'm not getting a wow factor. I love it. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it, but something needs to.
You shot those toes.
It's like the start of it with that drum and bass and all, and I'm like, I understand. I'm an old man. I understand, but
there's a couple of stupid things in there. Like he got attacked by the Jawas at the beginning. He must have realised they took the armor. So why do you have to go back down the hole when he knew the Jawas took it?
I think he maybe should have gone back to the Sarlacc pit just to. Maybe
he
should
destroy it. He should have just gone past it and dropped one, and then just carried on. That's what he should have done.
But there was an amazing scene. My heart was in her mouth.
Yeah, seeing it.
And Fennec Pound when she's on the glass and it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like what Matt was saying before we came. There was that scene in The Mandalorian where Boba Fett was just wiping out those stormtroopers, and it was. We've not seen that yet, and we were 4 episodes in. It's like Fennec and everybody else is doing the. Now, listen, we're only 4 episodes in. That's what's coming.
Yeah. There might be.
We haven't seen him as Boba Fett yet, have we? Really? So
no.
Well, does this mean that we're done with the flashbacks?
I think so. Yeah,
maybe
the flashbacks kind of caught
100%.
up to where we are now, right?
Yeah. So the next 3 episodes are hopefully going to be all action. Hopefully.
But that was interesting to me because it settled the point that everyone was arguing whether the Sarlacc was alive or dead. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it was alive and now it's dead because.
Because that was my question the week. It was like, well, when it gets out the Sarlacc pit, is it dead because of the debris of the Jabba's sail bars? But obviously, I was wrong, and it's very much alive. And
I thought it was dead because it looked like the tentacles were flying.
Yeah, I did as well.
So, I get weird on baffling things. Though you saw Fennec Shand, all his stomach's all mechanic and so forth. Yeah, you saw her drink water, and you saw her eat a chicken last week, and I'm like, where'd you put it?
Well, that's just like saying, how does Darth Maul pee? Innit? I mean,
that's the good
point. They may have pushed. They may have. Because they may have pushed her stomach and organs up inside of her a little bit more. You know what I mean?
I think that bit should have been a bit more organic.
Series matters. Series matters.
Yeah.
Rick, hi pal. I've enjoyed it. It's just this. It's weird. It's like doing a jigsaw puzzle and there's a piece missing. You still like jigsaw, but there's something not. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? There's something missing.
Personally, I think if this had come out before Mandalorian, I feel like we'd all have a slightly different perspective on it. But I think the Mandalorian was so good that we're sort of we're comparing it against that. And I can't remember. I don't want to name the wrong name. It might have been Paul's Collectibles on his show. But someone, I was watching a review of the show. They said that they felt like the Mandalorian was the strong silent type that Boba Fett would have been.
More like Boba Fett than Boba Fett. I agree. It's at the end of this one. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to spoil it a little bit, so I apologise. But at the end, you hear the Mandalorian music, and we all got excited. And then I thought about it afterwards. Hang on a minute, I'm getting more excited about the Mandalorian coming into a Boba Fett show than I am Boba Fett. You know what I mean?
Well, that could be a ploy. It could be just other bounty hunters, couldn't it? We don't know yet, but it's got to be.
He's still got the
music. He's got the sword. What's he got, Tez?
He's still got the black saber.
He's got the sword.
He didn't give that. He didn't give that to Bo-Katan at all. So
no. But I thought maybe we'll get to see his new ship. We might get to see Mandalorian's new ship. Because he's got to turn up, hasn't he?
Well, if the Mandalorian shows up in Boba Fett, does that mean he's bringing with him Bo-Katan and?
Yeah, it might
go that way instead of the old original bounty hunters. That's a good point, John. It would be funny though, isn't it, if they're riding in the sunset and he's on his blurg and he's on his Rancor.
Because at the end of the Mandalorian season 2, weren't they all going to go to Mandalore together? And do like the whatever take back Mandalore, however the situation is with the planet.
Like in a way, you can. When you watch The Mandalorian, you always used to say to yourself, "Oh, this is because he couldn't do Boba Fett." I mean, The Mandalorian was your Boba Fett, if you will, and then obviously he came at the end. And I think that's what it is. I think with this show, everything you wanted Boba Fett to be was The Mandalorian. It just like, do you see what I mean? It's like, so I don't know. Maybe it's a strong, mysterious type that's missing in a way. And I understand he's been with the Tuskens and he's changed and he's not a bounty hunter anymore. I understand all that. It's just the way everyone else is doing the job for him, if you will.
I think they're building it up.
The rat catcher was good.
Yeah, because that droid is from Clone Wars, isn't he?
Clone Wars, isn't it? Yeah.
And I didn't realise that the chef droid, the one who's tended to be General Grievous.
Oh yeah.
He is in Attack of the Clones. He is serving Padme and Anakin.
Oh yeah, when they're on that yeah, you're right.
Same
Very nice.
Thank you.
What's happening?
Pardon?
You're right.
So, but Shabby, do you think that some of it is because, like, I had the impression when this started that they were sitting in the writer's room and they had an idea for this show. They were like, well, we're going to do this where Boba Fett is a crime lord. He has to deal with these twin huts, and he's got to take over. And we got this bike gang that he's going to work with, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they went, but hold on a minute. The fans want to see how he got out of the Sarlacc pit. If we don't put the Sarlacc pit in there, they're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
So went, okay, well now we've got to do 2 stories. So they tried to do both stories in one show
at the same
instead
time.
of having 2 different seasons.
Yeah.
I think they should have went, we're going to have 2 seasons then. Season 1 is how Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit, and it's going to end with him shooting Bib Fortuna and taking over. And then season 2 is the other part. But they went, no, let's do both at the same time. So then they had to work out this whole flashback thing. And they went, well, how are we going to do the flashbacks? Well, if we put Boba in a bacta tank, okay. Well, then now we got to explain why he's in a bacta tank. Well, that's because he keeps getting beat up all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like
I know exactly what you mean.
They added too many elements rather than just doing it like, let's just tell 2 different stories in 2 different seasons.
I think because a Mandalorian didn't already say anything, we had to have a character that spoke, so they had to give him more to say.
That's a good point, Matthew. That's a good point.
I like Tamora Morrison. I just just take it for what it is and don't get too. There's little bits in it, but just take it for what it is. I mean, when we saw those Transdoshans, and that's got to be like the teasing us for those Transdoshans. Like they're gonna have Bosk in it.
They're gonna have
saying, look, we can do with the trans, because that looked really good. Those Transdoshans, didn't it? They really did look good. So
and I
can't wait.
I mean, we've got like we know that Harrison Ford done some de-aging stuff as well. So
he's done that for Indiana Jones, hasn't he?
The thing is, though, Tez, I mean, I was thinking all that, but we've got 3 episodes left. That's all we've got left now, 3. And I've watched the first one. I've enjoyed them. Don't get me wrong, but it hasn't. The thing about The Mandalorian is, even though it progressed, the story carried on. Each episode was its own episode. You could watch episode 4 or episode 7, or this one's a continuation, and it just feels like we're up to episode 5 next, and not much has really happened in a way. Do you know what I mean? And a wow factor yet, like, whoa, you're joking.
I think, the Rancor, and that's going to be the wow factor, isn't it? Hopefully.
The thing about the Rancor, though, is the same as a Sarlacc. As soon as you say a Boba Fett show, you know these are going to be in it. You know they are. So that's not really, for example, when we said Mandalorian, not one of us went, there'll be an IG droid in it, or a Baby Yoda in it, or do you see what I mean? It was, well, maybe that's because it was a new character, so we didn't expect anything from this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've never seen a Rancor. Oh, we've never seen a Rancor.
I want to see Bosk. I want to see Forlom. I want to see Zuckuss.
Yeah, I want to see those guys.
Would you be upset if you didn't?
What?
Would you be upset if you didn't see him?
A little bit. Maybe
I mean, not really upset at this particular show, but I'd be like, when are we going to see them?
Yeah, season. They're going to hold out for season 2 or a little teaser. Yeah.
I think if I was like, if we're sitting here 15 years from now and I never saw Bosk, Forlom, and Zuckuss ever show up again, and we're still talking about this 15 years from now, then I'm going to be upset because I'm going to be like, where the hell are they? What happened to them? Why haven't they shown up in any show? We've seen 500 Star Wars shows, and we've never seen what happened to Bosk, Zuckuss, and Forlom. What's going on?
I mean, some character. I mean, that Jennifer Beals, her character's fantastic. I love that Twi'lek. That Black Cranston has stole the show, basically. I mean,
he's not really said anything, has he? Just growls a bit. He growls a bit.
And I think he's packed with him in it. He looks intimidating. He looks the part. I mean, I don't know. It's just like watching an old bloke in a sunbed every week, isn't it?
He is 60-something. He's 62, isn't he? He's 62.
Oh, he looks fantastic for his age. I mean,
amazing.
I'm enjoying the story. I mean, and the scenery's great. I mean, again, they were outside. They're camping outside the Sarlacc. You saw the cell barge all beat up behind him, and that. But the scenery of it, you can't fault. It's absolutely amazing.
There's no wow, one particular wow moment.
But there's no wow moment, Tez. It's like the thing with the Vespers. The Vespers never bothered me, to be honest. The shiny colour. What bothered me was that girl's outfit, because it was so lazy. That costume, just a leather jacket with the zips and spandex. I thought that kind of put me off.
Zips and Star Wars.
I don't know. I think she looked like a street kid to me.
Yeah,
I think what
didn't bother me. Yeah.
What Jonathan just said, I think, sort of echoes what my thoughts as well. Just as you had it up a second ago. Yeah, the thing is, I've said it before, so I'm sort of repeating myself, so apologies. But the Mandalorian with Grogu had such a unique hook, and when I watched that first and second episode, I was sat there initially. My missus was loving it. First time ever she's enjoyed Star Wars. She can't stand it, but she's loving it. And I was sat there and I was thinking to myself, we don't need this Disney child thing. Star Wars doesn't need this. And honestly, almost immediately my mind was changed. I was like, I was so wrong. This is fantastic. Yeah. And that final episode of season 2, I was almost in tears. It was amazing. Seeing Luke and the everything about it was just amazing. And to be honest with you, I was hoping that'd be it, because I thought it was such a beautiful ending to The Mandalorian, and I'm so nervous that we're going to have season 3. And obviously we don't know what's going to happen in season 3. And I worry that they're not going to have Grogu because he's now off with Luke. And I think if we don't have Grogu, we're going to lose a massive portion of the fan base because we've got all these new people getting in.
I think that's why. I think the new fan base for the Mandalorian has seen Boba Fett, and it's not the same, and that's why they don't like it. That's why we're getting so
Black
much.
Series Cap 2.
Do you think staying on Tatooine is an issue too? Because if you've noticed, all the films and the Mandalorian, they were always on different planets, always on different. We've never seen anything in space, and we're in 4 episodes.
It's tinted, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
And
something.
I remember us talking about probably last year, season 2, episode 2, Mandalorian. We were like, where he crashes into the snow, and the rebels X-wings, they come and help him, and you got the big
spiders.
Yeah. I mean that we were like going, oh, it wasn't that good. It was a bit of a filler episode, but you
see, I didn't mind that one.
To me, the
Bloodhorn episode is the worst one.
Yeah, but
but not now, not when you put them all together though. This is what I'm hoping about Boba Fett too. We're judging these things by each episode. When it all comes out and you watch them all, because we will, let's be honest, we'll all sit there and watch all of them, we'll binge them. It'll be a bit of a different show. And if you've noticed as well, when you watch it for the first time, your mind is like, who's going to be in it? Who's next? Do you see what I mean? You don't kind of watch it. You're just waiting to see things that you know about or who else is going to come in it. It's...
All right. A bit of artwork for you in the Phoenix pieces.
Oh, right, yeah, because of artwork books too come out,
Because I remember when even the Mandalorian, like I loved that first episode, and then then I saw this one with the Mudhorn, and I'm going, what the hell are they doing? Like the first episode was so good, and now we got this crap, and I remember not liking that. I was like, it was okay, but I was actually questioning what was going on and why they even bothered. I was like, I said with the Mudhorn episode, I think what I said back when I first watched it was, this was part of episode 1, or should have been part of episode 2, not its own episode standalone. It was like a section of a different episode that they just went, well, we can't put it on with episode 1, or episode 1 would be like an hour and a half long. So we got to take this half hour and make it its own standalone episode. And I
think it's because you remember that Robert Rodriguez did that Boba Fett episode in The Mandalorian, which was awesome. So when you see Book of Boba Fett by Robert Rodriguez, you were expecting that all the way, and we haven't got that.
Yeah,
do you see what I mean? So,
Plus, the other thing that I think should be done with these is, like, I still say with Mandalorian season 1 and with season 2, they should be 4-hour movies, uninterrupted. And what they should do is have it both ways for both people who enjoy it. If you enjoy watching it episodically, keep it episodically. But once all the episodes are out, cut a different version for people like me who want to watch it uninterrupted for 4 hours. And I want to watch it as one continuous story with I don't want to have to hit skip to the next episode, skip the credits,
maybe there's
you know what I mean? I just want
Star Wars fans out there who are like not watching anything until they want to watch it in a run, and like they must be blanket themselves off social media and stuff, because
I mean, we are getting it. That's another thing too. We can sit here and pick and judge and this and that. We've got a Boba Fett show, which we would have thought 5 years ago we would never have got. You know what I mean? So overall, I'm enjoying it. I like the show. I like the story, and I think, like I say, once all the episodes are out, so we can sit there then and listen to it more and watch the story more instead of wondering who's going to be in it. I think it's going to be a lot better. So I don't mind it.
I'm getting away from some of the toxicity it gets on Facebook and you just notice. Although I made a cut down video of the chase the other day, but I did that because I didn't mind the Vespers at all. I just thought the chase scene was badly paced, and I've cut some of it out.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
But I've been called. I'm not a true Star Wars fan for doing that, and I'm not a true Star Wars fan for doing this and saying that. I'm just like
I just think stuff like that is nonsense. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is, if you've noticed, all we've done is nitpick here and there little things, but overall the story's great. I mean, it's they're doing a good job with it.
Yeah, my thing with the Speeder was that it was in a built-up area. And it was probably a bit more. They're being a bit more responsible. I don't know. No, they were still chasing him, but if they had done it a different way and had speeders racing through thing and destroying everything, someone would have gone, complained, the children are watching this. You're setting a bad thing for people to, when they're using vehicles, or I don't know,
it's all make believe. Look, they were chasing an alien in a spaceship.
In a spaceship.
That's why I don't take it seriously. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is why I'm looking forward so much to Cassian Andor, because I think the story of Cassian Andor, where it's set, the Empire of just I always think that Star Wars needs the Empire. It needs a big baddie, if you will. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Crimson Dawn and Black Sun and the Pikes. Yeah, that's awesome. It was great in the comics and the books, regardless. But that's why a lot of people aren't really looking forward to Cassian Andor. I think that's going to be one of the best ones because of the era it's set in. So I can't wait for that show.
And we don't know. We know there's been so much canon on Boba Fett, and we don't know about Cassian Andor.
I'm just looking forward to it.
And think about Kenobi. Kenobi has to be set during the Empire, also.
Yeah. But again, Kenobi to me is going to be set on Tatooine. So we've got the Mandalorian on Tatooine. We've got
it can't be if he's meeting Darth Vader.
Well, no, he's going to go. Yeah. Well, I understand he's going to come off. But what I'm saying is, the thing about Cassian Andor for me is that it's like I said, he was a separatist that goes into the rebellion. The Empire you've got Tarkin in it, you've got Krennic could be in it, you've got Vader in it. Do you see what I mean? It's just I can't wait for that show. I think it's going to be superb.
Definitely got loads of Scarif or Shore Troopers in it. I know that for a fact.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Can't wait. I love the design.
That's the thing. Look at, to be a Star Wars fan. This generation. I mean, regardless of whether you like Disney or not, or the movies or not, we're getting them, and it gives us something to talk about and to progress. We're all collecting the toys. It's fantastic.
Incidentally, seeing Daniel Chart there in the comments, obviously his debut last week on Only One's channel. Awesome to see some more of his diorama. It's just absolutely breathtaking. Fantastic.
Absolutely superb. Yeah, big fan of Daniel Chart's work. Awesome.
And it was he was talking about little tips and stuff. It was good. It was good.
Everyone brings something different. That's the best thing about this community. Really, everyone has a talent that they bring in, and we're all like, "Wow, look at that!" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In with his dioramas, me with my dancing. You can't go wrong, can you?
Right.
Yeah. What's happened to your Friday dancing, Shabby? Your Friday dancing.
I've had COVID, haven't I? I've had it really bad, so I've just got over it. So
you can do the COVID conga.
I know. I'll have to say that on YouTube. I've had an illness. I'll just say that.
Illness.
You've had the lurgy.
Yeah.
I am really hoping that the Andor series is as sort of gritty as that opening sequence of Rogue One. Where he basically has to execute his own guy so that you can get away. For me, that was the first time that we saw the hard decisions that the rebels are having to actually make. And I'm not saying that the 3 Star Wars films we just see them having it easy, but we didn't see something to that magnitude. So I'm really hoping that they've got the courage to continue that sort of intensity.
Well, do you want it to be different as well, Christian? Because if you've noticed, Boba Fett is done exactly like The Mandalorian. I mean, the way it's... Do you want Cassian Andor to be a different look to Star Wars? Do you see what I mean? Or do you want it to be the same sort of theme?
I'd like it to obviously feel like it's still in the same universe, but I would like to see some different worlds. You know, I mean,
I'd like it to match Rogue One's feeling. You know,
Rogue One. When they went on to Scarif, I loved that. You know, the sort of the juxtaposition between a desert island that was stunning, but completely monopolized by the Empire. You know,
we've never seen a desert island on Star Wars. It's great.
All the Scarif troopers coming out of the bunker. I just thought it looked fantastic. I really did. And equally, the I can't remember the name of the planet where they see Galen. You know, where it's raining.
Oh yeah,
it's just hammering down with rain. It was really dark and oppressive. Like I thought that looked amazing as well. You know, there was so much sort of visual stimulus to that film.
See, one thing that worries me, one thing that always worries me about this culture that we're in with online stuff, like there was so much bad press with The Last Jedi, and then Solo got, Solo was a great film, but it got backlash, I think, because of The Last Jedi. People were just predisposed to hate it, no matter what it was. And it made Disney have such a knee-jerk reaction that they pulled the plug on all future projects. And I really hope that those people out there that are being super negative about Boba Fett are not going to cause Disney to do the same thing. Like I'm almost expecting any day now for them to go, oh my gosh, people aren't like going crazy and bonkers for this Boba Fett show. We're stopping Cassian Andor. It's not coming out. Ahsoka's canceled. We're not going to do Kenobi anymore. You know what I mean? Like Disney's going to get a knee-jerk reaction again and just cancel all these projects and go, if we can't have a hit like Mandalorian every single time, we're just not going to bother. And
I think Boba Fett...
I want all these shows to come out. I don't care if they suck. I want to watch them. I want to see them. I don't want a single thing on the docket to be canceled. I want them to make every single one of them. And some of them are going to be good, some are going to be bad, and I don't care.
That's just like the Marvel stuff, isn't it? Just like the Marvel stuff that's been. I just hope that they see how this hopefully Boba Fett picks up this last couple episodes and does well. I know they've lost a lot of viewers, and I just think that maybe Disney might say, "Oh, we're just going to do one series of Boba Fett and not go back to him, and try other things." So that is the worry, isn't it? So we might just get the one series.
Yeah, I agree.
I want them to keep going. I want them,
Well, it's the same thing. There's people on this panel now that like the sequel trilogy. There's people on this panel that don't, but none of us turned our back on Star Wars because of it. Do you see what I mean? It's not that's it. I'm cancelling everything. No, I bought the figures, I bought the books, I bought the comics.
Some people do. Some people even cancelled Disney Plus, haven't they? I think.
It's just like, well, what about your kids? What only let you're going to kids? Maybe they haven't got any kids, but only let you're going to kids watch Disney Plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just for those groupy old men.
Well, sometimes I think it's so Ted, because like you say, I've got 4 kids and they couldn't care. I said to them, do you want to watch the Book of Boba Fett? No, not interested.
Josh is the same.
I think it's because what we're doing is we're trying to get our kids to have the same thing about Boba Fett that we do, but they didn't grow up with him, really. I mean, they watched the original trilogy movies, but apart from that and the Clone Wars, we haven't really seen him, so they're not that bothered.
It's difficult as well, because I fall into the camp of my imagination of Boba Fett is this dark, mysterious guy. He doesn't talk too much. You never see his face and all the rest of it. He's a hard ass and all the rest of it. But then I did see Victoria's Cantina. She put up a tweet saying he got battered by a blind man and screamed as he fell off the skiff. And I sort of get that. You know what I mean? That's a fair point.
40 years ago,
Yeah.
The thing about it, the mysterious thing's been gone since 2002. As soon as we saw Attack of the Clones and we saw Jango Fett and we saw the clones and we saw Boba Fett, That was it for me. So him taking his helmet off as well doesn't really bother me because he's not a bounty hunter anymore. He's moved on from that. You see what I mean? So that's not really good. But I understand. What people's perceptions are of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is like what you're saying about not everybody liked the sequel trilogy, but if you look at the sales and look at the remarks about Crimson Reign, the new comic book that Charles Soule is doing, that's all about the Knights of Ren and the underworld leading up to the sequels, and it's got some of the best marks on a comic in years, and I loved it. I mean, this is like the first issue. I'm like, this is the best comic in Star Wars, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
people aren't against the sequel trilogy. They're just against how that Last Jedi movie and parts of Rise of Skywalker portrayed it. But I think they're all in on those characters. Like the Knights of Ren, this Crimson Reign, people are going nuts for it, you know. So,
I'll give it a shot. Of course, exactly.
You know,
if they made a Kylo Ren episode, if they made a Rey TV show, I'd watch it. You know, just because I didn't like her in the movies doesn't mean I'm going to turn around and say, "Oh, I'm not like that." I'm open-minded with stuff, so I've no issue with that sort of thing. I've just been informed as well. It's absolutely throwing down with snow outside. So 20 G-force.
There we go.
Yes, it's snowing like mad outside. Fantastic.
And he's he got loads to do.
Right. I've got to move.
They can bring more of the original trilogy into those two shows.
Yeah.
You can get your ass out,
Shabby. Get your ass out. Andor,
get your AT-AT out. Yeah, go and do some AT-AT, bitches.
It'd be nice up all the land around there.
Snow Speeder, your Black Series Snow Speeder, Shabby.
Oh, Biker Scouts. Biker Scouts should have one. Speeder bike. Oh, Snow Speeder, I don't know.
One thing with Andor that would throw me off, though, is if they did throw in too many of the characters. Because if you think about it, Andor should be set before Rogue One, so it's kind of before.
That can't be set after.
They really had this rebellion together.
Crispy.
You know what I mean? So
crispy.
So we shouldn't. I mean, we could see Mon Mothma maybe, but we probably shouldn't see any of the old trilogy characters other than maybe Mon Mothma and General Dodonna or something.
Yeah.
But it's like maybe the Alderaan guy there, Organa, right? Bail Organa. We might see Bail Organa.
Yeah, but it's the rise of the Empire, so you're bound to see Vader, you're bound to see Tarkin, the Emperor.
So those guys would be good. But what I'm saying is, why would you see Luke Skywalker? Why would you see Han Solo?
You're not going to see any of them.
No, you won't see any of them.
Had any contact with the rebellion before Star Wars, so why would we? You know what I mean? So I don't. Yeah. I hope that they don't shoehorn some of these guys in there. You know what I mean? That
just for fan service.
I think it's just going to show him struggling against the Empire in it, and then
I hope so. Yeah,
progressing through the different ranks, I guess.
Well, and through his eyes, seeing how the rebellion formed, how this alliance formed.
Yeah,
I know.
He's doing all the dirty jobs that no one else will do. I'm guessing, and things like that.
Yeah,
no one else. He's got
exactly.
Yeah.
And he's as we saw at the start. Well, in fact, throughout Rogue One, he's prepared to make those tough decisions. You know, that's it. Edu or Odu or whatever, however you pronounce it.
Edu. Yeah.
You know, he was prepared to assassinate Galen Erso. He did kill that own guy at the start. You know.
I think he's definitely like a James Bond, and he just take anyone out. You know, got no scruples.
Yeah, for the greater good.
The greater good. Yeah.
The greater.
It's going to be fascinating to think because besides, I mean, we all loved Rogue One because of that. I mean, Rogue One was one of our favorites. Let's be honest, it was a great movie. So to see that in a TV form, I think that's going to be. Oh, I cannot wait.
I don't understand why they haven't brought. What's his name? Who directed Rogue One?
Gareth Edwards.
I hope he comes back and does some Disney TV.
Yeah, Gareth has not done anything since that Rogue One, has he? He's not done any films. He was, it's weird, isn't it?
He did Godzilla, didn't he?
He did Godzilla. That was before, though. You're exactly right, Matt.
Oh, right, yeah. And he did Monsters was his breakout.
Monsters was his breakout.
That was good. I like that. Yeah, but he hasn't.
He's not done nothing since, has he? It's a shame, isn't it?
He's too good. This guy was too good. We can't give him another job.
You think they would get him in to direct an episode of one of the TV series?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you watch the extras on the Monsters film, he was literally living in a flat in London, and he was making that film on his own machinery. And he was buying Airfix models, and literally, I think I said this last time I was on with you guys, he was literally filming shots of him with it, like, you know, in water, trying to like recreate it looking like an aircraft sinking. And he was talking about he just wanted to make a film that he was proud of, that he could put on his in his DVD collection. And then he went on to do Godzilla, which he said he struggled with because obviously a lot of other decision makers were going, around and telling him, pushing him, and then to land Rogue One and to do what he did. You know, he says that Empire is his favorite film. I think he did a damn good job.
Yeah. And I think what marketing for all of the Zuckers has just said is exactly right. I think all these shows have been fantastic. You know, we're nitpicking. I can't fault any of them. Do you know what I mean? I think they've been
the old men. I mean, I said it before. If one of those Vespers, the red Vespa came out with the girl on it and the Black Series, and it'd be all shiny.
I'd be buying it.
I'd buy that. I'd buy,
I'd rather
have the thing. I mean, I slated The Last Jedi, but all the figures, every one of them. Yeah. So I agree.
I'd rather say vintage collection, not Black Series, because I don't want to spend. I don't want to spend $250 on it.
On a deluxe, yeah,
maybe. But people will be buying them and then destroying them in their YouTube videos. This is what I think.
Melting them in their bathtubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
what's the SJW droid?
Oh, the girl, the droid.
Oh, the girl.
Freedom, droids, freedom, and all that sort of stuff. The one who sleeps for Lando.
Millennium Falcons computer.
Lando, on the other hand, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, that's supposed to be. Which was getting a Lando series, aren't we? As well, aren't we? That was
That's right, Matthew. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's a great time, like I say. It's a fantastic time to be a Star Wars fan, isn't it? We've got loads coming. Something for everybody. From Rebels to Jedi to Bounty Hunters. It's fantastic.
I just think it was really good that Crestanton, they've actually put the scar there above the eye.
Yeah,
that was the first thing I noticed.
And they've got to put him in the Kenobi series. They've got to. I mean, it's
superb if they did.
They wouldn't have bothered with the scar, would they? They would have just put normal.
It was really prominent, wasn't it?
I said to the wife about it, and she's like, "What?" I said, "Oh, it's in a comic book. You know, it's bound to pop up. It's bound to." Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah. They've got the guy. They've got the suit. They made it, so it'd be perfect, wouldn't it? Yeah, I know they filmed Kenobi. I know Kenobi was filmed over here in the UK, so but
it's not a release date for it though yet, is this? We don't know whether it's coming in the summer or Christmas or whenever, do we?
I think it'd be Christmas. Yeah. That's their winning time.
I don't know. I thought Mandalorian 3 was at Christmas.
I think Mandalorian would be next. Yeah.
I haven't seen. I did hear that Analog Toys cancels his Disney Plus, but I didn't see the video. That's
the thing. I mean, that's a nice. It's up to anybody what they want to do, isn't it? I'm not going to fault anybody for doing what they want to do. It's up to you.
They don't like it. They don't like it.
We can have a grown-up conversation about different people's opinions and what we're really passionate about. You know.
Yeah. I agree. If people don't like it, and if the people don't like it, they want to cancel it. Fair play. That's up to them. You know, can't sit here and say it's wrong. Each to their own. Exactly.
What do we have next? Like, is Andor next or is Kenobi next? Which one?
I think Kenobi's next, isn't it?
I thought Kenobi was next, but that's short. It's only like a 4-parter.
Andor's like a lot longer, isn't it?
Andor's 14 parts or something. Yeah, it's going to be like 14. Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
I think Kenobi's next, then Andor, and then is it the Acolyte that comes after that, or Mandalorian 3? I don't know.
Yeah, be Mandalorian 3. They're not even started filming Acolyte, I don't think. Yeah.
Daniel Chart loves the sequel trilogy, doesn't he?
Yeah. I can watch. I can.
I got no problem with it. Got no problem with it.
I can sit and enjoy. I can. I'll watch.
Enjoy it for what it is.
Again, I'll never watch it again. I'll never watch it again.
Any of it, Shabby?
No, I don't know what it. Listen, I'll be honest here, and I've said it before, so I apologise. when The Force Awakens came out, that was one of the best experiences being a Star Wars fan ever. I absolutely love that experience. The new toys, the buzz, the hype, everyone loving it, everyone bringing together, and I'll never get over it. That Last Jedi film, just my opinion, I just could not. It was terrible to me. I'm not saying it's a terrible movie to anybody else, just to me. And the thing is, I like to be positive, so I don't want to watch it again and get more pissed off. Do you see what I mean? Then start coming on live streams, how much I hate it and so forth. What's the point? Do you see what I mean? It's a 6-year-old movie now, 5-year-old movie. So I'd rather not watch it.
I just wonder how people are going to feel in 10, 15 years from now.
Because
I sat there after The Phantom Menace with my friends in New York who were diehard, dedicated Star Wars fans talking about the same thing. I liked The Phantom Menace. I sat there the whole day watching it back to back 6 or 7 times on the opening day. Loved every minute of it. I had friends who sat in line with me for 6 days. We slept on the parking lot for 6 days to get tickets to Phantom Menace. After the first movie, they walked out, threw the rest of the tickets in the garbage, and never came back. And I sat there by myself for the rest of the day watching the movie over and over. And they hated it. They didn't want to go to Attack of the Clones. They hated Revenge of the Sith. They thought
I loved it. I liked him since the beginning. I didn't mind him. So
20 years later, they love it and deny that they even walked out of the theater now. You know what I mean? They love the movies. They're like the greatest thing. So I'm like, the same thing's going to happen with the sequels. People who are bashing it today, 15 years from now, are going to be like, I've come around. I love those movies. They weren't that bad, Yeah. It's just in the moment, people freak out. But once you absorb it and wait 10, 15 years and let it sink in, you'll appreciate. I think people, I don't know. Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't. But some people, I think, are going to come around to appreciate it.
But the thing I don't like, though, is the way people fall out over it. I mean, I know the gentleman next to me likes those movies. So, we've done live streams now for nearly 2 years. And so I'm not going to say he's wrong for liking him. He's not going to say I'm wrong for disliking him. I think the way it went and the way I don't want to watch anymore is because of how angry people got. And I did it myself. I'm not going to lie to people. I got angry about it, but after a while you think, I don't want to spend year after year, month after month slagging off a movie because that's what it is, really, just a film, It's
I looked at the today I typed in the top 10 Star Wars YouTubers, and you've got Mike Zero, Doomcock. Who
shouldn't mention that first name? You shouldn't mention that first name.
Who just makes Star Wars content just to bash it? And then
but that's their opinion, though, Ted. So I can't, I can't.
Yeah, but do you watch any of those top 10?
No, I don't.
But
then I watched like Star Wars Theory. He's good. The younger guy. He's got 3 movies. Yeah, he's good.
No.
I was just looking. I was going through and go, "Where's Michael French?"
I think above and foremost, the best opinion that you have on these movies, the best opinion you have on this stuff is your own opinion. And then you can listen to everybody else. But it's how you feel yourself. So that's what I mean. I've never been one of those people to turn around to say to somebody else, you're wrong or you're right about your opinion's your opinion.
You should just take everyone's opinion, isn't it?
It goes back to what we were saying sort of half an hour ago about repro weapons. We're all entitled to our own opinions on things. Not everybody's going to love everything. There's no need for us to fall out over it. If you don't like something that I like,
I'm not going to walk off because Matt likes Last Jedi. Oh, forget it. I'm not doing a live stream anymore. It doesn't make any sense. Do you know what I mean?
That'd be ridiculous.
It'd be ridiculous. So, but I understand why people hate them. I understand why people make videos about them. You know what I mean?
But that's important, isn't it? That all comes down to perspective, and this is what I'm saying. It's important to listen to other people, to get their points of view, to appreciate it. You might not necessarily agree with it, but appreciate it. Understand where they're coming from.
Can I just say hello to David Carell? Hello, David. It's nice to see you in your pal.
Sorry,
Tez in the top 10. In the top 10, they had to have had Alex and Molly from Star Wars Explained, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are totally positive. They're positive about all Star Wars stuff. So I mean, they have to be in the top 10. They've got, don't they have like 1.5 million followers and get like 100,000?
It's always going to happen. Listen, in 2 more months when the Batman movie comes out, there's going to be some of us that absolutely love it. There's going to be some of us that absolutely hate it. Do you see what I mean? It's how we deal with it.
Oh, I'm going to love it because it's Batman. I don't care.
Yeah.
I already love that Spin Master
I said that about Batman and Robin now.
It's going to happen with it. It's going to happen with Indiana Jones as well.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it will as well.
Some people don't like Crystal Skull.
As long as we all respect each other, respect each other's opinion.
Crystal Skull.
It's just not fun.
Yeah, exactly. There's elements in it that I don't like, but in most films I can find something I don't like. But there are bits of it that I love.
I like the Crystal Skull as a movie, and I enjoy it every time I watch it. But that CG during the monkey swing part, it's like, it drives me so much. I want them to redo that scene. I'm like, can you do it with modern technology, please? But I also see that. I also see that with Attack of the Clones. Like, there's so many backgrounds in Attack of the Clones where I'm like, that looks like a freaking Scooby-Doo cartoon. It's so bad. The animation is so bad in parts of Attack of the Clones that I'm just like, if there's one movie I want Lucas to go back and redo
Attack of the Clones
to update the special effects.
We got a new TV done, and I noticed it then when we got a brand new TV. I thought, oh no, it's ruined Attack of the Clones.
It's only some of the backgrounds. It's only some of the backgrounds.
Yoda stands out like a sore thumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the Jedi's in the background are like they're fighting and they're not hitting anything.
There's some of that in Lord of the Rings as well, I think, isn't there? In some of the big crowd shots.
Right. Oh, we talk about that soon. Did you see the teaser trailer for Lord of the Rings?
I haven't seen it.
I
was just going to say,
and the new Picard series 2 as well has come out. Trailer today for Picard 2.
When is that Captain Pike show coming? I keep waiting for that.
That's March, isn't it? And it's all coming out.
Is it March? Yeah.
I think is it Paramount Plus? We're getting a new channel, aren't we, on Sky called Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
We've got it. I've been watching 1883 on it. It's awesome. Paramount Plus.
Oh, you actually haven't started that show. You like it?
Of course, and of course, in America, you've got the Peacemaker on already, haven't you? Which
that is so bad. I want to watch it because I know Duke's Nerdery is doing things on it, so I'd like to read. I haven't watched any of them yet, so I'd like to watch.
I don't know when we're getting it over here. We're getting on Sky or what?
No.
It's very humorous. Well, I hope it's a comedy because I've been laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Well, so if it's not a comedy, well, then they did something wrong. But I've been laughing my butt off because it's like it's got deadpan humor and it's also got really ridiculous humor. So
we've got all these comments that are saying all different things about the sequel trilogy, and it's awesome. Everyone has a different opinion, you know. I like it.
Opinion, yeah.
See, like I said, I've loved the prequels. And what's funny is when they originally came out, I kind of thought they went down a notch every movie, but as I got older, it went up a notch every movie. So it's like my opinion flipped on them. You know what I mean? Like to me now, it's like I like Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith, and the middle one, Attack of the Clones, is like it's okay, it's good. I watch it in my cycle every time I go through my Star Wars movies. But when I was younger, it was like I liked Phantom Menace a lot. And then it was Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith was my favorite. But it's it's
I think having kids as well. I mean, watching my lad's go-to Star Wars movies are the prequels, and I've sat and watched them so many times with him.
Yeah.
And my love for them have got even more. I would never say, oh, I'm not going to watch them ever again. But it's the pod race is and Darth Maul.
The Darth Maul,
they're amazing.
I always say that when people say they hate it. I say, well, what about that fight between Jango Fett? No, I love that bit. Oh, okay. Well, what about the Qui-Gon versus? Oh, yeah, I love. Okay, there's always something about those prequels you absolutely love. Yeah. And the thing is, when Kenobi comes out, and you'll see Ewan McGregor back and Hayden Christensen back, and they'll bring back other people from those. We'll all fall back in love with the prequels again, every one of us. So
we'll be watching them again. Yeah,
of course we will. Yeah.
See, I think part of it too was the same thing, like what you were saying with The Force Awakens. The experience of when that came out just blew us away. It was. I mean, I was right there with you. I was at Celebration that year. I saw the trailers, all the hype leading up to it, and that's how
Phantom Fridays.
Yeah, and that's how Phantom Menace was for me. I remember, like we went to the store. We went to Toys R Us before the movie came out, and we got all the toys. It was like this massive event, and we were just like. Yeah, and the whole Star Wars club was there. We were all there together. We got all our toys. We were filling shopping carts. It was just like, and then we stayed in the parking lot for 6 days waiting to get tickets for that movie. We slept there. And everyone took the whole week off of work, and like we had a giant tent. The radio station was there sponsoring us. We had food. I remember staying up all night, and there were spotlights on the theater, and they had these giant lamps like built into the ground, and they got so hot you couldn't touch the lamps, right? People were putting cans of beans on it and cooking food on the light fixtures, like all this. We were playing Star Wars trivia until like 1 a.m, and it was like the experience of being there and doing this event and getting was like the greatest thing. One of the highlights of my entire life, and then sitting there in the theater for the whole day watching the movie back to back because we bought a ticket for every showing that opening day.
Wow!
And it was like, it was just the experience was unlike anything else. And
it's the same as the thing was. I mean, I don't really like the films, but the experience is absolutely fantastic. I'm glad. The toys were great and the figures were great. Black Series was awesome.
And you're always going to remember that time and that lead up.
He just changed his name, Starkiller. I've only seen about half of it.
I can't believe that. He's only seen half a sequel. That's weird, isn't it?
And his name's Starkiller.
I'd have to see all the films. I'd have to see all the films.
Yeah.
I could not, see a Star Wars film. Even people say it was bad. I have to see it.
I went to the. Sorry, Shabby.
No, go on. Carry on, my friend.
I was just going to say I went to the midnight viewing first showing of Force Awakens, and I went there with my missus, my brother, a couple of friends, and we were all sat there, and when it came up, Star Wars, and you get that big bam. Yeah. As soon as that happened, the entire theatre just roared. And I've never been in a cinema where that's happened. I've heard rumours that happens a lot in America.
Yeah.
Everybody sits here silently in the theatre. And yeah, when that happened, it just erupted, and I got goosebumps, and I was sat there. It was just incredible, know. And then that first order ship coming down, and you're seeing the flashing lights and stuff. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been so excited in a cinema in all my life.
Well, that's what the experience is about. It's like, I remember the Phantom Menace, I saw that in New Hampshire when I first came to America, and I loved that because of what you just said. There's only been 2 times I've ever been in the cinema where it's absolutely packed, and it was the Phantom Menace and it was the Force Awakens. And it was a great experience. It really was.
And what was funny is that, like, I was still hyped up when Rise of Skywalker came out, and I went to that midnight showing, the first showing when they did it here when I got here in Florida, and I brought one of my lightsabers and everything, like expecting that crowd, because in the past couple films, even though people didn't like Solo that much, it was like there was still a crowd there. They were wearing costumes, they had their lightsabers. And I show up to the movie theater here with my lightsaber, and I'm all excited. I got my Wookiee robe on, and I'm walking into the theater, and it's like I see like 20 other people who are just normally dressed. No one's hyped up, and I'm going, "Oh crap! I feel like a freaking outsider now because I'm the only one with my lightsaber going, ooh, like I was hoping for that same experience,
I can't believe how fast this show's gone tonight. I cannot believe how fast
we're over time. We're over time.
We're over time.
We're over time.
We
really just started.
Well, you did a good job, Terence. It's nice to have you back as host. You've done a very good job.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. I didn't,
keeping up with the chat.
I'm sorry that
he's halfway through the chat.
Yeah, it's hard.
Sure, that was one.
we had 60 odd people in tonight. And last
wow! Thank you all so much.
Yeah,
thank you.
You've been awesome.
Thank you, guys.
So,
it's been a great talk. Thank you guys for coming on. Brilliant. I've loved it. Thanks, Ed. Good old Ed coming on as well.
Yeah,
nice to see Ed. Yeah.
And John's a regular, and watch the stream on Sunday.
Monday, yeah.
Monday on all day. So.
And what's going on next Wednesday? Something's going on next Wednesday, isn't it? What's going on next Wednesday? I think we've got something to do, haven't we? Stay on Wednesday.
We're going on a stream, aren't we?
Yeah. We are going to go on a retro blasting stream, aren't we?
Retro blasting on Wednesday, everyone.
Yeah.
So get your Carly Minogue t-shirts on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Wednesday evening.
8 o'clock
or 3 o'clock in America. Oh yeah.
I think he's sort of picking people. You'll be next, Christian, and then John will be next on there. Go through.
I'm far too small.
You thought, no.
And I made a video this morning. As you all know, I'm moving, but don't unsubscribe, please don't. I'm only going to be about 10 days out. You know what I mean?
He's not moving channel. He's just moving house. Yeah, he's just
moving out. Just moving next door. We'll be all right.
Just over the road, literally over the road.
Yeah, you can't. So we'll just play it with some sad music for Shabby. So.
If anybody
thanks everyone.
Anyone on the channel hasn't subbed to mine, I'm trying to get over that 3,000 mark. Almost there. So
you put awesome geek show.
Did you put all the descriptions in the thing, Tez? I bet you didn't, did you?
I will. All right.
Well, Connor's been sharing them. Connor's been
brilliant again. Thank you, Connor. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And Smugglers, don't forget to subscribe to Smugglers Canyon and Eb. Eb's got a channel too.
Eb's got a channel as well.
Yeah.
I will go and amend.
And I'll be hosting it next Friday. We're going to take turns now. That's the
Are you going to all tonight?
Yeah, I thought we'd take turns.
No, I'm hungry for this power. No.
Okay.
No. You do it.
Limited power.
I'm enjoying this backing track.
We're going to spread the power, I think. That's what we're going to do. It. Take a turn, so it's a bit easier.
And then
nice.
One day, Shabby will do it.
Yeah, and then
Got some music. I didn't know you can do this on StreamYard. It's a new button. You can play music.
Oh, wow.
It's not copyrighted, is it?
It'll be copyrighted.
Right.
Just as that.
Anyway,
I'll take a video of the toy show I go to tomorrow too.
That'd be good.
That'd be good. I'll look at that.
That'd be good. I'll let you stick them up. You're sticking them up.
Connor.
Cheers, Connor.
Yeah.
Legend.
I'll put everybody's. Connor's got it, but I'll put in the link.
Thank you, Connor.
Amend. There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's it, guys. So we'll see you on Matt's channel next week. Is that right?
Yeah.
Matt's channel.
Hopefully, we're taking. We're taking turns, aren't we?
Taking turns. Pass the torch.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, we're heading off, and we'll see you next Friday.
Bye, guys.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.